Welcome back to Man Down Sports. As you can see from the thumbnail, I want to get into some of the comments that Austin Rivers made about LeBron James as it pertains to what real basketball is. But that's not all I want to get into. There's a lot of stuff that happened in the WNBA. The playoffs started last week, and the first round is over. I think everyone got swept. I don't think any of the underdogs won a game. So the semifinals is already set in stone. But it's so much going around the WNBA there. We got to discuss a lot of stuff, man. Y'all don't want to miss that part. And I apologize for coming to y'all so late. I know my normal day is Tuesday and my normal time is in the afternoon. But this is super late, man. But who knows? Maybe we'll get a different type of crowd or some new people who hasn't seen this channel before, man. So I'm willing to try it out. Being late, is better than not recording it all, right? And then for everyone that that can't catch this one, you can wake up in the morning and you'll see it. So that's dope, man. But without further ado, I do want to get into all of that stuff, but I want to also tell you about our sponsors, Underdog, and I won some money with Underdog this year. I mean, not this year, but this weekend. Hopefully, y'all won some money too, man. But here's a word from the sponsor. Underdog Fantasy is the best place to play fantasy sports. I want to tell you about the easiest way to get in on some NBA action with Underdog Fantasy and their pick'em game. Just find your favorite player or any player for that matter, pick higher or lower on that player's stats, and you can win up to 20 times your money in one night. Pick between 2 or 5 players to fill your pick'em entry. Get every pick right, and you can net yourself some serious cash. Use the promo code Man Down Sports and get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Plus, now that it's football season, you can follow Man Down Sports as we reveal our favorite picks from week to week. Like I said before, pick your favorite player, pick higher or lower, choose your dollar amount, and win some money. It's just that easy. Make picks, win money. We also want to thank Underdog Fantasy for partnering with us, and we want to thank you for helping the channel out by using Man Down Sports on Underdog Fantasy. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. And yes, this is live, and yes, I will be taking phone calls on some of these topics. Jimmy Charlatan, he never was a legit one-on-one player. Plus, you cannot be a human bowling ball to the basket all the time. Try to develop a pull-up game, of course. LaFrod is making excuses again because he doesn't have it back. Oh, we're gonna talk about it for sure. So the clip is short, and I could have Loving Aries 23. Hello to you as well. I could have had the Gales Arena, because they had a huge conversation about it, and I listened to that, and that was a good one to react to. I think we'll probably do that on Full Panel Friday later on tomorrow night. But I just wanted to react to just initially what Austin Reeves said, and I think he was like on a golf tournament, and they was riding in the cat, and they was having a conversation. It was almost like a little mini podcast they was having, and he asked about playing one-on-one, and Austin Reeves got some dog in him, right? So one thing about basketball, man, is I don't even know how you play it without being a one-on-one dog. Like that was my that was my thing, man. Like, man, it wasn't nothing like just really like crushing a dude on the court and showing him that not only he can't defend you, but you can lock him up, which is real interesting. That when people think about one-on-one, they only think about the offense. But I get into that. This is what Austin Reeves said.
1v1 for your life.
I'll play anybody one-on-one. I mean, I'm not saying I'm gonna win, but I'll play anybody.
You play Braun one-on-one?
Yeah.
Have you played him one-on-one?
Nah, he don't play one-on-one. He said one-on-one's not real basketball, which
I
kind of agree with. I'll play Sam Hauser.
Sam Hauser.
NBA champion, by the way. Congrats.
That guy can fill it up.
He can shoot it.
He said one-on-one is not real basketball, and then Austin Reeves said, I kind of agree with that. Yeah, of course you do. That's your teammate. That's the big homie. You don't want to say nothing that's gonna make him look bad. I get it. That's your, you should kind of back him up. But I did an episode because Carmelo Anthony Carmelo Anthony and Jason Tatum, I think. Was it Jason Tatum? Yeah, Jason Tatum was on Carmelo Anthony's podcast, and they was talking about the Olympics and Team USA, and they talked about one-on-ones and all this stuff. Hit him, what's going on, brother? Jay Anderson, I see you in the building. Tyson Nibley, what's up, brother? They was talking about Team USA and one-on-ones, and the same thing Carmelo and Tatum said. They said something about one-on-one. They said something, they mentioned LeBron, and Carmelo just laughed and was like, "Bron ain't playing no one-on-one." And Tatum was like, "Yeah, facts. Everyone knows they're not playing no one-on-one." But this is the crazy thing. That's like a new narrative when it comes to LeBron. Him not playing one-on-one, and now hearing that he don't believe one-on-one is even real basketball, because what the narrative was in the past was that LeBron was losing a lot of one-on-ones to D Wade and losing a lot of one-on-ones to Michael Beasley, right? Even Kyrie Irving went on the podcast and was like, "Yeah, I used to play one-on-one when I was in Cleveland with LeBron. I won't tell you who won," right? Which kind of give you the idea we know who won. It was Kyrie. So it's kind of weird. So so the narrative used to be that LeBron gets smoked in one-on-ones. Now it's that he don't even like it. He don't even believe in it. He don't believe it's real basketball. So, with that being said, what I really think that's going on with LeBron is that if he's not good at it, if he's not the top dog at it, then no need to do it. Which is similar to why he don't get in any of the dunk contests. He was a huge high flyer coming out of high school. He could jump high. He can get his head above the rim. But he didn't have nothing. He didn't have that extra, oomph with his dunks. As far as creativity and all that stuff and flair. So his dunks was really like basic. It was just he was really high, and he dunked the ball hard, right? So he in his high school, I think the McDonald's All-American Dunk Contest put on a poor showing that he won it based on his name. Like, I mean, how you not give it to him? But he got smoked. I can't remember who he was going up against. Who was he dunking against? Shannon Brown, I think it was. Shannon Brown smoked him. And we know Shannon Brown can dunk. Went to Michigan State, crazy hops, highlight reel, played for the Lakers, crazy hops. I think he smoked LeBron in that dunk contest. LeBron was doing basic stuff. It wasn't even, I mean, it was just as bad as when David Lee threw that lob to himself and took his shirt off and did a cartwheel and dunked it. It was just that. I mean, that's how basic his dunks was, man. Like, so I think he realized then I'm not the top dog as far as dunk contests, so I'm not doing it no more. So now the dunk contest is beneath him. And now I think even when he started this podcast with JJ Redick, he got tired of people talking about how Kevin Durant and other players are better than him because they got a bag and LeBron don't have a bag. So now he bashing bags on his podcast with JJ Redick. Man, it's stuff about a bag. What is this about a bag? So now having a bag is beneath him. And now one-on-one basketball is beneath him, and it's not even real basketball. I won't even play it. It's not even real. Right. So that's basically what it is. If I'm not the best at it, it's beneath me and it's not even real. Just imagine it. Imagine what type of mentality you have to have for everything that you're not good at. That's beneath me. I just figure out a way to make it not cool. But we know one-on-one, even if you playing 5-on-5, there's an element of one-on-one all the time, especially when you are the best player. Because at some point, I don't care how many plays you run, right? I don't care how many plays you run. At some point, it has to come down to a 1-2 pull-up. 2 dribble, pull-up. 2 dribble, get to the rack. Post, 1-2 dribble, some type of move. That's one-on-one. If I'm Tim Duncan and we ran our play, We didn't get the look that we wanted. We didn't get a look we wanted to get. We didn't get an easy basket or a layup or easy wide open jump shot or a three. No doubles came. Shot clock's running out. Give it to my best player. And now, what is he gonna do? You got 5 seconds. There's no time for you to run a high screening roll with 5 seconds. You have to get to a bag. You have to get to a 1-2 dribble pull up. You have to get to a high percentage shot. Where is it at? Game winners. That's 1-on-1. 1-4 flat. Spread the floor. 4 corners. Something. It's just me and the guy in front of me. I have to be able to beat him without calling for a screen. So I can get a switch on the smaller player. At some point, you put somebody in front of me, I got to be able to take that dude if I'm the best player. 1-on-1 is never going to be taken out of basketball. That's always basketball. You have to have that, right? So, the greatest of all time is Michael Jordan. You're not stopping him no 1-on-1, and he played 1-on-1 all the time. Owner of the Charlotte Hornets, he looking at his team, he don't see no heart. Next practice, he show up with his gym clothes on, going 1-on-1 with Steven Jackson, right? Going 1-on-1 with Kemba Walker with the Bobcats. Like he would just step out, step down from the press box and, hey, man, lace him up. 1-on-1, mano a mano. Who don't like that? It's the ultimate competition. Nobody can bail you out. There's no whistle. There's no referee. There's no cameras. We don't have to put on the show. We're not doing this for TV. We're not doing it for entertainment. I don't have to worry about the referees giving star calls because we're trying to sell a product or we're trying to market a player. It's just me and you. Call your own fouls. Don't call no BS. We going to 7. Or we going to 10, whatever the case may be. You gotta beat me with your best moves and doing the same. I mean, it's the ultimate competition. I don't understand how it's not real basketball, right? That's not a real thing to me. Michael Jordan fans are the best. What's going on, brother? How much do you get if I get a Manscaped 3000? You know what? I don't think they're running my promo for Manscaped right now. I didn't renew with Manscaped. But you definitely could get on Underdog and use the promo code ManDownSports for sure. But yeah, 1-on-1 is always going to be part of basketball. So yeah, I'm not with LeBron on that. I'm 100% not with him on that. I'm gonna get to some comments. I'm gonna open the phone lines up too. I don't know how many of y'all are in a place where y'all can call. I mean, some of y'all might be watching, and the whole family might be asleep right now, man. So. If nobody's calling in, that's fine. But the phone lines are open. But I'm gonna get to some comments really quick because I want to hear what y'all think about this. That's why he switched off on KD in the finals and let Rodney Hood get cooked. Yeah. Because like I said, 1-on-1 is not just about if you have a bag 1-on-1 on offense. 1-on-1 is also about I don't have no help defense. It's just me and you. Can I stop you? Right. So as far as competition is concerned, like I said, it's the ultimate competitive sport because you don't have no help. You can't phone a friend. You're on an island. And then when I get the ball, I get a chance to put you on the island. And if I fear how good you're on offense, my best bet is not to miss. It's the ultimate pressure cooker. Like the entire game is clutch. Like it's important who gets ball first. Do I get it first? Are we playing make it, take it? Most of the times we are playing make it, take it because who don't like the feeling of hitting multiple jump shots in somebody's face and you just keep checking the ball up and they can't stop you. Jump shot, boom. Jump shot, you talking to them. Mouse in the house, you're too small. Back to the basket game. I'm showing you everything. And man, I mean, going to 7 and you give somebody a different look, like either or, one of them is demoralizing. If we're going to 7 and I give you 7 straight jump shots, I don't even go to the hole. I'm just jab stepping you triple threat, jab step, and then as soon as I create space, it's the jump shot, no dribble. Or it's a one dribble pull up or one dribble step back. Right? So, I mean, that has been done before. All jump shots. We're going to 7, all jump shots. And then I'm leaving the gym. I'll play you again tomorrow. Yeah, I used to like to beat people and not give them a rematch. Let them sleep on it. Let them be pissed off. Nah, I'll play you tomorrow. Or I won't play you tomorrow. Yeah, it was too easy. You know what I mean? If you make it too easy, nah, I ain't gonna play you. Play my homeboy. You know what I'm saying? So 7 jumpers in a row, that's one thing. But it was also demoralizing if I got your head just turning because I done gave you 7 different things for all 7 points. I done gave you the jump shot. I blew by you for a layup. I put my back to the basket on you. Mess around and throw a daggone hook shot. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm just giving you so much of a variety, you know, real simple with it, 1 dribble, 2 dribble, and then next thing you know, I'm going Iverson on you, I'm crossing you, you know what I'm saying? I'm going and I'm bringing up, I'm snagging back and pulling back behind my leg. You keep going. I mean, all types of stuff. That's demoralizing, man. 1-on-1 is it, bro. 1-on-1 is it, man. And talking to or listening to I'm gonna take the phone lines down. We just want to do phone calls tonight, but listening to Gil's Arena, and Gil was trying to make this argument that you know, some players are 1-on-1 players, but they're not. They don't have the basketball IQ to actually be basketball players in a 5-on-5 setting or a team setting. You know what I mean? And I'm like, man, what's the point of mentioning yeah, Troy is live. What's the point of mentioning a person like that? We're talking about the top elite or the greats. I mean, you're mentioning LeBron. LeBron wants to be mentioned with Mike and Kobe. So if we're talking about 1-on-1, why would your defense be, well, some guys are just good 1-on-1 players, but they're not good team players? Well, is Michael Jordan and Kobe like that? Because if they're not, then what's the point of you bringing up Nick Young, right? That's what he was saying. He was like, Nick Young was a good 1-on-1 player, but he wasn't. Who cares what Nick Young? Are you comparing LeBron and Nick Young, or are you comparing him to Michael Jordan and Kobe? I hate when people try to use their art. He brought up Jokic. He was like, well, Jokic is whooping tail, but he's not the one. Whoever thought of a center being a 1-on-1? Nobody's thinking of Shaq playing 1-on-1. 1-on-1 is for wings, people who handle the ball. I can see a big playing another big 1-on-1. That's fair. You know what I mean? That happens a lot, actually, where a big will get in the post and they'll fight for position and then they have a guard throw the ball to them in the post and then they go 1-on-1 in the post. Yeah, that's fair. But if we talking about just 1-on-1 roll the ball out there, that's a wingman game. That's a person who handles the ball game. That's not Patrick Ewing. I doubt Patrick Ewing went in the gym and said, hey, Jordan, let's go 1-on-1. No, that's what wings do. Wings play 1-on-1. Just like you wouldn't see a linebacker and a center lining up running routes on each other. Come on. Like, we gotta be serious about this, man. Like, so Gil he's trying to win an argument by bringing up Jokic in a 1-on-1 conversation and then bringing up people who are not good basketball players, but they good at 1-on-1. Why would you bring any of those guys up when we're talking about LeBron James saying 1-on-1 is a real basketball when it really is? And the best 1-on-1 players we got is Kobe and Mike, and one of them is the GOAT, and the other one is the baby GOAT. Mention those guys. Don't bring up Nick Young to try to win an argument. Don't bring up Jokic to try to win an argument. I think that's played. I think that's, you know, I don't know why Gilbert to do that. He always every time someone makes a good point against LeBron, here comes Gilbert Arenas trying to save him, man. And I don't think LeBron want to be saved. I don't think LeBron want to be saved for sure. Yeah, exactly. Create your own shot, and you got to have a variety of it. MJ versus OJ Mayo, yeah, definitely. He did that as well. Caitlin Clark and Kyle. Who's Kyle? I don't know who Kyle is. I really don't. Some dudes are battle rappers and some dudes make records, but at the end of the day, if you don't know how to do this, then this is all bad. You need to know how to do this, period, no matter what. Yeah, I'm assuming you're talking about being a one-on-one player. Yeah, I mean, especially if we're relying on you for shots. Wait. My man, Roland Curtis, I ain't seen you in about 3 months. Get what makes yourself look bad trying to defend LeBron. Always. Subscribe and hit the like button for sure. Roland Curtis, where you been, man? You must work nights or something. All right, I'm gonna move on to this topic. And this gonna be long, so I apologize in advance, y'all. What's up, man? I apologize in advance. Cause this Caitlin Clark topic is gonna be long. Let me wet the whistle. Yeah, this one's gonna be long, y'all. What y'all think about this Caitlin Clark stuff that's going on, man, and the conversation, that's been going on? Like, what y'all really think about it? Moose mouth, Shannon Sharp, trout mouth, Shannon Sharp. Yeah, you're right. All right, so let's get into it. Let's talk about it. So, Shannon Sharp, Stephen A. Smith. This is my whole thing, right? This is how I feel about this whole thing when it comes to Shannon Sharp and Stephen A. Smith. When Caitlin first got to the league, well, let's back up all the way to the beginning. After the draft, they asked Diana Taurasi, "What do you think about the rookie class coming in?" She giggled and laughed and said, "It's not going to be." She pretty much said it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. You got to give yourself some grace. We all went through it. And basically you're not just going to come in here and just be able to take over like that. It's a grown woman's league. People playing for money, people playing for livelihood. And the media and Caitlin Clark fans took offense to that because they felt like she was directing it to Caitlin Clark, even though she was directing it to all the rookies. And she said they felt like, "Oh man, you saying this to Caitlin Clark, and we think Caitlin Clark is the GOAT. So how can she struggle in this league? She's better than y'all. There's no way she can struggle." Right? So everyone was getting on Diana Taurasi for that. And she said nothing wrong or malicious. And then the league started. And she struggled the first game and they lost. And she struggled out of the first 10 games. I think there was 1-8, 1-9, maybe 2-9. There was 1-8 for sure. So that was the first 9 games. I don't know if they won that 10th game, but let's say they was 2-8, right? Centennial Football Channel said, "Grow the sport should be the motto." We go get to that because grow the sport should be the motto for sure. However, growing the sport at what cost? And that's going to be the motto, right? At what cost, right? Because I think everyone has an idea of what they think they want to see happen, and they're using the NBA as a reference point. And I think the NBA is doing a lot of things wrong right now, which is why that league is declining. Right. So growing the sport, I mean, you gotta really think about what you're saying. Jaden said the sport has been growing since COVID. The ratings have been growing. New fans don't know that. And I agree. New fans don't know much of anything, right? The new fans only know what they saw in college from Caitlin Clark and what they saw at Iowa, right? Remember, they're admitting that they're not here for basketball. They don't care how good the basketball is in the WA. They can care less, right? They want to see what they want to see, and they want to see Caitlin Clark do what she did at Iowa. And anytime she is not able to do what she's doing in Iowa or what she did in college, someone's going to get blamed for it. Right? So if you do anything that looked like, you know, it was not allowing Caitlin to get off, then you're going to be the new person that they're going to blame. Her fans have blamed her coach, Chrissy Sides. Her fans have blamed Aaliyah Boston, her fan for not taking up for her when she got pushed. Her fans have blamed Kelsey Mitchell for not scoring enough points. Her fans have blamed all of her teammates for all her turnovers, saying that the only reason why she turns the ball over is because they can't catch the ball. Her fans have blamed the commissioner and said the commissioner hates her. They said the WNBA front office hates her. And they said every female in the league is jealous of her. So for all of those reasons, and they said the referees as well as against Caitlin Clark. So for all of those reasons, that's the only reason why we don't see her averaging 30. And that's why her team didn't win a game in the playoffs. So everyone's to blame. Caitlin Clark is perfect. She's done nothing wrong. Everyone else that does anything that they don't like is to blame. Right? So, so with that being said, when they first start having this conversation, this girl is not playing well. Her team is 2-8, and everybody wants to know why, and everyone has an answer. The reason why she's not winning and the reason why she's not looking good is because y'all are playing her 94 feet on defense. Y'all playing physical defense. Y'all pushing her. Y'all intimidating her. Y'all being bullies on her. And that's the only reason. So now, since y'all are doing that and we can't see Caitlin cook, we're going to cook y'all on our platforms. We're going to call you jealous. We're going to call you black, LGBTQ. We're going to call you all these names and say that's the reason why you're jealous of this girl that is straight, Catholic. Some say pretty. Some say straight. Some say white. I don't know what she identifies as, but all of these things they're saying, this is why y'all are jealous of her, and this is why y'all playing defense on her and playing physical, right? And I disagree. I think they just, if they would have been around the league more than 3 seconds, I mean, they just got here since they've been around the WNBA since since breakfast this morning, right? That's how green they are, and more than half of them have admitted, and I've showed you some of their comments where they're admitting things like, I've never watched basketball. This is my first time watching basketball, and I'm only watching because of Caitlin. Right? These are the type of comments you see on their Caitlin Clark support, or fan pages, and certain Twitter and a lot of social media. Right? They're admitting, I don't know nothing about the WNBA. I don't know nothing about college basketball. I don't even know anything about basketball. But I like Caitlin Clark, and that's why I'm watching. Right? And these are the people who are trying to debate with you about basketball related topics. And then on top of not knowing basketball, you don't know the WNBA and how physical this league has always been. And when you see the physicality, and by your own admittance, you only watch fever games. So if another player was getting the same type of physicality that Caitlin Clark was getting, how would you even know it if you're not watching no other games? So you're calling things racist, bias, jealousy, and all the players are getting that smoke in the WNBA. All the players are getting that same smoke in the WNBA, not just Caitlin. Not just Caitlin. They're all getting that same smoke, right? So we get to the part where now they're debating the jealousy part. And Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp is telling Aguma K and Monica McNutt that the WNBA, it started with the hard foul from Kennedy Carter when Kennedy pushed her. Now, mind you, don't forget, her and Caitlyn got in a tussle or a little tussle the play before that. So now Kennedy is pissed off and she goes and bumps her after the play. The ball is not in play. The ball is getting inbounded and she bumped her. It's nothing new. This has been going around basketball for a long time. Yeah, the play is over, but I'm pissed off by what you did or said, and I'm about to run and I'm about to bump you. All right, we seen Jokic do it to the Morris twin at half court. His back was turned. Jokic ran up full speed, way more violent than what Kennedy Carter did. Kennedy Carter gave her a little hip bump. Jokic was a 7-footer with a running start on a guy at half court that had his back turned, and he went right into his spine. And everyone applauded him. Oh, man, nice for sticking up for yourself. I don't blame you, Jokic. I mean, he pushed Jokic first. I don't blame him, right? Aggression, and I'm going to just be frank about this when it comes to basketball, football, sports in general. Aggression from a black person looks different when it's going toward a non-black person, but when it's the vice versa way, aggression toward a black person coming from a non-black is applauded, because I think in some people's mind, and even I get tricked like this sometimes because we're just trained a certain way here in America. We just see black people is bigger, stronger, and more ruthless. We would think that a black person on the basketball court would be a bully before a white person would. And that's just me being frank. Like, I think that's where people's brain goes when they see when the Morris twin hit Jokic, they see that as aggression. But when Jokic did it, he was protecting himself. So when you see Kennedy Carter do it to Caitlin Clark, that looks horrible. But when it's the other way around, people don't see any, people are desensitized to it. They don't see anything wrong with it, right? So when Jokic did it, applied Jokic. When Kennedy Carter did it, she's a villain, right? So there was debating that on the show, and Stephen A. Smith and and Shannon Sharp were basically saying the girls are jealous based on what Kennedy Carter did, because her and Clark had words with each other and they had a tussle. If I push you after a tussle, then that makes me jealous. And not only did it make Kennedy Carter jealous, I wouldn't even been mad if Shannon Sharp said Kennedy Carter is jealous. But from what Kennedy Carter did, Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp said the entire league is jealous. And then they say not all, but everything that's going on with Caitlin Clark, not just that push from the back, but even the defense, even the hard fouls, even the double teams. You remember the girl that was shooting free throws, and she had 2 free throws. She shot the first one and then started playing defense on Caitlin. They say even that is jealousy. You so worried about Caitlin Clark that you forgot you had a second free throw. They said that's jealousy. So it don't matter if you're pushing her after the play or hard fouling her or just picking her up 94 feet and playing good defense. All of it is jealousy because we can't see Caitlin Clark cook. All right, so I laid that down. So what really happened is Monica McNutt really got the best of Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp in that debate. And then they had another debate when she got left off the Olympic team, right? And Monica McNutt got the best of them again. So ever since then, and they didn't have any ammo to fight her back with because Clark was not playing well. She wasn't. She started playing really good after the Olympic break. So after the Olympic break, that's when Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp had all the ammo they needed. And now they wanted to invite everybody except Monica McNutt. I ain't inviting Monica McNutt back, but it don't matter what female we invite. I get to scream on her with all the vitriol that I really want to aim toward Monica McNutt and Cheryl Swoops and anyone who agree with what they were saying about Caitlin Clark in this whole situation. So they invite Andrea Carter. They'll have Molly on here, who's a moderator. They'll scream on her, or they'll invite Dominque back, but they're not going to invite nobody that's going to beat them. Well, they invited Andrea Carter, and they didn't realize that Andrea Carter was going to embarrass them as well. So, here's the conversation. I'm gonna pause it a lot, but here's the conversation they just recently had, and you got to catch the slickness because I just laid down to you that this whole thing at the beginning was about Kennedy Carter hard foul. Is it jealousy? Is the WNBA jealous? Then leaving her off the Olympic squad, is that jealousy? And you shouldn't have left her off, even though her play didn't earn her a spot. You should have her on the team for marketing purposes. That was the argument. Remember that in mind, because I remember, and I got it loaded up. I can play that for y'all. But that was the argument months ago. Olympic team, she needs to be on there for marketing. And y'all were jealous of her because y'all hard fouling her. That was the argument. They switched it. Once she started playing well and the Fever started winning, Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp was like, I told you, y'all should have had on that limit. She could have helped y'all, which is dumb because you wasn't making it. You was making the argument she should be there for marketing. Right. So they did a switcheroo and then just screaming on these girls. But let's listen to it.
And she led the league in assists and three-pointers made. Think about that for a second. And like Shannon says, ultimately, you first team, you one of those people. So we got and fourth in the league in MVP voting. Okay, fourth. So you got to give love where it's due. But oftentimes, when we take this, let's think about the comparisons we may make to people in other sports. People, when they talk about boxing, Andrea, Shay, Molly, they'll say Muhammad Ali was the greatest. Now, Floyd Mayweather might dispute that. Sugar Ray Leonard might dispute that. Marvelous Marvin Hagler, if he was still alive, God rest his soul, might dispute that, along with various others. But the reason why in the public eye, Ali was the greatest was because of the adversity. It's not to compare one to the other, because I'm not trying to do that. I'm simply pointing out that what goes on outside the court, the field, the ring of play per se, matters because your mental becomes incredibly important. Now, in society in this day and age, we paid more attention to the mental, more so than never before. Naomi Osaka and various others having to deal with what they've had to deal with. In some cases, some people succumbing to that stuff. This girl didn't do that. She elevated. She seemed to thrive. The second that we talked about her needing to be on Team USA, obviously all of us weren't in agreement with that. But you know what's undeniable? She's been better since the Olympic play was over. Because she got that much needed rest.
She got snubbed.
All right, so I'm gonna pause it there. I'm gonna take notes, right? Stephen A. Smith just said she got much needed rest, right? I want y'all to remember that. She got much needed rest after the Olympic break. And then you heard Shannon Sharp in the background say because she got snubbed, he's really mad. He can't wait. He waiting his turn because he's about to unleash, because he's been holding this. He's been pent up with this anger since Monica McNutt got on them months ago and embarrassed them. Right, the whole internet. Oh man, Monica McNutt, blah blah blah, did this to Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp. The whole internet was championing her for that. So they're embarrassed. They're trying to save face. They're trying to get their lick back. So I mean, just imagine. Like the females haven't even spoke yet. I can see if they had already said something that Shannon really disagreed with, that he couldn't wait to come out and say, but he don't even know what their opinion is right now. And he's already teed up, ready to go because she got snubbed. Okay, how she get snubbed? Now he's saying she got snubbed when before they were saying she didn't deserve to be on there basketball wise, but y'all should have brought on there for marketing. But now she got snubbed, right? Stephen A. Smith said much needed rest, right? Those words are going to come back.
in fairness to Andrea, she got that much needed rest going from college to the pros, not having any rest whatsoever. Got a breather, got a chance to take a breath and churn that second engine to a degree. And what has she looked like since? She's looked absolutely marvelous, regardless of whatever noise has been out there. So when you show that you're able to perform in the face of adversity, to me, that is the true testament to greatness. And that's why we're looking at her and we're saying greatness is on the way.
All right. I don't know what the adversity was other than just regular defense. Physical defense, yes. But regular defense, this is a defense that's been normal in the WNBA. Their physical brand of basketball in the WNBA. They still play outside. They still play in the post, and they still use big men. They still allow some physicality. It's a really good basketball brand to watch. I like the WNBA. It's really good. So outside, when has defense been adversity? Right? What's the adversity that she's getting? Other than Cheryl Swoop saying, "I don't think she's what y'all saying she is." That's it. That's adversity. That's not adversity, right? He brought up Muhammad Ali, Osaka, and he might have said Simone Biles. I don't know. These are people who have won at a high level. Caitlin has yet to win at a high level, not college, not NBA, not WNBA, not yet. Hopefully she will win something, but she's yet to win. But you're bringing her up and putting her in the Muhammad Ali thing, and the adversity that Muhammad Ali met was, hey, we want to draft you to go to the army. And he said, my religion won't even let me do that. I'm not going over there to fight Viet Cong. Viet Cong ain't never done nothing to me. And they said, well, if you don't go fight, we go strip you of your belt and ban you from boxing. Okay, so be it. Stripped him of his belt. He was banned from boxing. That was his way of life. That's how he made money. That's how he fed his family. They took that away from him. That's adversity. Stepping inside the basketball court and they playing defense on you is not adversity. I'm sorry. It's not adversity. And this comment here, I would cash app you $25 if you can show me the 3-inch press on nails that was on the basketball court. Because I've already looked at it. As a matter of fact, I can pull a picture up and show you with no daggone 3-inch nails. I mean, it's very easy, man. Like y'all just run with narratives for no daggone reason. I mean, I can show you her post-game interviews with what nails she had on. There's her with the peace sign. Where's the nails at? Where's the nails at, big dog? Y'all just say anything, man.
Stephen A., I would be remiss if I didn't say this. A lot of this noise came by people that were sitting on this network.
Now, this is great. I would be remiss if I don't say that he couldn't wait to start talking. He said a lot of people that brought that noise was here on this network. He's not talking about himself. He's not talking about CNA Smith. He's talking about either Molly or Monica McNutt or Nashea Gumake or Andrea Carter. But he's not going to say no names. How manly.
They tried to minimize her, said, well, you giving her all this credit. What about the women that came before her? What the women came before her, what they did cannot be taken away. That ain't got nothing to do with Caitlin Clark. But there was a lot of people trying to make sure they keep Caitlin Clark in her place, because what you're doing, if you give her all this shine, you minimize what they done. You can't minimize what Maya Moore or Candace Parker or Lisa Leslie or Lauren Jackson or Diana Taurasi or Simone Augustus or any of the other great players. That Caitlin Clark, what she's doing doesn't minimize what they've done, but we should have been giving her the credit. We saw the ratings, we saw the merchandise sales, we saw the attendance, but y'all want to make it about something else. Oh, what about the women that laid the foundation? What about this? What about it? That ain't got nothing to do with Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is box office. She's doing this. And instead of giving her credit, y'all tried to make it about, oh, y'all poo-pooing the old guard. Y'all never talked about the old guard like this. Nah, I ain't gonna let it slide. Caitlin Clark, unanimous rookie of the year. But what's even more impressive, she's first team WNBA. First.
You know, Shannon,
So he all that smoke, all that heat for what? The topic was how are we going to look at her season, her rookie season? How we going to look at it? That was the topic. How are we going to look at her rookie season? Nobody talked at this point but Stephen A. Smith. Here he come with all this smoke. Why is he mad? Because he's got some stuff on his chest that he hasn't let off yet that's really directed toward other people. It's directed toward Cheryl Swoops. It's directed toward Monica McNutt. It's directed toward Cheryl Swoops because Cheryl Swoops won't drink the Kool-Aid. And it's directed toward Monica McNutt because Monica McNutt schooled them on their own platform. And they didn't like it. So now he's got to get his lick back, and he's using Caitlin to get his lick back. This has nothing to do with all that stuff he's talking about. Nobody was trying to minimize her. Here's Carter though.
I hear you, right? I hear you 100%. But another level of noise was coming from people. You were one of them who also tried to create a picture around Caitlin that the league was against her based on the actions of less than 5 former players or current players, which also creates a lot of noise.
So she did the opposite of what Shannon did. Shannon said there was some people on this network, he didn't say no names, that said blah, 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 blah. She came back and was like, look, the level of noise came from people, and you were one of them. I'm going to say your name, Shannon. You were one of them who tried to make it seem like the entire league was against Caitlin. They really did that. Like I can understand some people that are just on Twitter that are just fans. I get that part. It'll be easy to handle the trolls on Twitter if the people on the worldwide leader in sports, ESPN, and then people on Fox FS1, and then people on these other platforms that are big platforms, but not as big as ESPN, but outkick the coverage, Bleacher Report, Barstool Sports. It'd be nice if the trolls were trolls, but the professional media companies would still report professionally. Like if everyone reported like Stuart Scott, well, you couldn't tell who he was biased toward. You can have your personal opinion. I don't understand why we have to be on here saying you are jealous. I get it's a debate show, but you're still supposed to be a professional. I don't understand why we don't think we have a responsibility to the sport. You're talking about growing the sport. How can we grow it if we keep telling everyone that's watching us that the entire league, that don't even make sense. The entire league, including the commissioner, is jealous of Caitlin Clark. They hating on Caitlin Clark. They're racist against Caitlin Clark. And all they're doing is competing, playing defense, hard fouls, and being very competitive with their physicality. That's part of the game. But if I play her physical, I gotta turn around the next morning and hear Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp shouting like females, talking about how jealous they are. Like that's really tough, man. I'm trying to do my job. Like they're paying me money for whatever team I'm playing for because they want this team that I'm leading to win. And then you put me against a team led by Caitlin Clark, and I gotta guard her. What do you think they want these girls to go out here and have on their mind, all right, when I pay Caitlin Clark, I gotta remember that she brought millions of eyes to the sport and they came to watch her play. So I need to play her, but I don't need to go 100%. Because if I go 100%, she might not be able to get her 30 points. So I need to hold back a little bit. They want all the girls to play with one hand tied behind their back and still play Caitlin Clark while she got two hands. That's what they want to see. And then when the girls come out there and get very competitive and be like, oh shoot, a million new eyes is watching. No one had probably know my name. That mean they probably don't know how good I am. I'm about to show them. I'm supposed to be one of the best defenders in the WNBA. I got Caitlin Clark tonight. What you think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna show my whole entire tailbone. That's what you're supposed to do. But what they're saying is everything that you've been taught from elementary school, middle school, high school, college, professional, as far as competition and being competitive and being hard nosed and tough and playing with physicality and playing through physicality, forget all of that. When you face Caitlin Clark, you're supposed to hold back and not do all that stuff because she's supposed to be the savior of the league. So you gotta give her like you gotta guard her different than you guard everybody else.
Like we saw during the All-Star game, the league and the players in this league like Caitlin. They enjoy Caitlin. They had so much fun with Caitlin. So there was noise created from every single
was pointing the finger directly at you because I'll
no, not me.
I'll come to your defense about that. But let me also make this a point. You're not entirely accurate with what you just said. Because guess what? Whether it was Shannon, whether it was myself, we didn't paint a picture of the entire league. What we said was there was noise out there emanating from some. And those folks were very, very loud and conspicuous with their dissent towards things involving Caitlin Clark.
See, this is the issue. They won't say no names. They keep saying there are folks out there. Now Carter said that y'all are painting a picture like the entire league is against her and the entire league is jealous. They was like, nah, we're not saying the entire league. He's saying there was a select few folks that was out there, but they were loud. Okay, who? Like, we can get somewhere with this conversation if you just say a name. When Andrea Carter was talking, she said, Shannon, you were one of the people who said this. I can put a name to it, and now we can address it. But when you make blanket statements, first of all, when you make blanket statements, you're making it seem like that's either the majority or it's all. All right. So when she comes and say, when y'all say all of the WNBA is jealous, that's not true. Oh no, we wasn't saying all. Okay, so now we got that part right. It's not all. So who is it? There's a select few, and they're very loud. Who is louder than ESPN? Because when I see the worldwide leader in sport, ESPN, and the face of ESPN is Stephen A. Smith, and his sidekick is Shannon Sharp, I hear them the loudest than I hear anyone. How can anyone be louder than them two on ESPN? How can anyone be louder? So the support for Caitlin Clark is louder than anything else, right? Trolls on Twitter is very low level. Sheryl Swoops don't even have a platform. These are tweets. And the trolls on Twitter are trolling her. So how high does the Caitlin so quote unquote hate go? Sheryl Swoops is the highest it goes because the support went all the way to the White House when she lost against LSU in the championship, and Joe Biden's wife said, well, maybe we should invite the losers to the White House this year because those girls played their heart out. So the support goes all the way to the White House. The support goes all the way to ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp, who got the one of the biggest podcasts outside of Joe Rogan and some other big wigs. Those are who's louder than that? Sheryl Swoops louder than the White House and ESPN and Shannon Sharp and Stephen A. Smith. Sheryl Swoops is louder than them and Twitter trolls. That's what he wants us to believe, and he's still not saying no name.
When we pointed that out, we said why. What was the necessity for it? Because a rising tide lifts all boats. This woman is box office. Plus, she can play. And the combination of the two would ultimately give all of those wonderful ladies for the wonderful work that they had done over so many years, it would have been validated, even though it came through the conduit was her. Ultimately, it stood to benefit the collective whole. And rather than some out there accepting and embracing that, they resented it. And
how do you accept and embrace it? That's what I want to know. Right? Because if we're talking about the basketball players, they're playing defense on her. They're being physical. They're being rough. They're intimidating. Yes. They're talking trash to her. Yes. That's been something they've been doing their whole life. They didn't just start doing this. So you can't say anything that happens on the basketball court is not embracing it. How, like, explain to me how you supposed to embrace Caitlin Clark, where she's supposed to raise all tides, or the tide raise all boats. Like you're saying all these things that sound good, but tell me how in practicality, how does that look? What does it look like? What are the females that play with and against her in the WNBA supposed to be doing? What are they doing that is not embracing it? Because only thing I can hear is Cheryl Swoops, Angel Reeves saying that it's just not one player that brought eyes to the sport this year. It's multiple players, including Angel Reeves, right? They're saying that that's not embracing Caitlin Clark. Like, that's bad. That's a bad thing to say that, right? That's the worst thing. That's the worst thing you can say about Caitlin Clark is, oh, it's just not Caitlin Clark. It's a lot of people that's brought eyes to it. So you're saying that's the worst thing she got to deal with is someone saying it's not just Caitlin Clark that brought eyes, and Cheryl Swoop saying it's just not Caitlin Clark that brought eyes, and Cheryl Swoop saying that she didn't really break the record because it wasn't no. I mean, whatever the case, whatever she said in high school about the college record, that's the worst thing. Nobody cutting her head off and putting it on George Floyd body while he had that the knee in his neck, saying that this is what we want to happen to her. Nobody emailing her and saying the N-word to her and calling her a B and saying, I hope someone chop your head off. Nobody doing that. The White House inviting you after you lost. ESPN, FS1 analysts going on there saying Angel Reeves don't have a right to cry. Don't cry now. You can't cry. You wanted to be the villain. Don't cry. You can't cry. Dave Portnoy going out there and saying calling her a stupid B after she did the John Cena to Caitlin Clark, called her a stupid B on Twitter. A well-known newspaper calling the whole South Carolina team dirty debutantes and thugs. Death threats, people following them to their hotel. Like, seriously, you can't compare anything that the females that you claim is hating Caitlin, what they had to deal with from big media, White House, fans, newspapers, magazines, even the Chicago Tribune, whatever newspaper was in Chicago, wrote bad stuff about the Chicago Sky after they played the Fever. What they do that at? What a home team. Like, they only make that's crazy. All the help, all the support as far as big media goes to Caitlin and against everyone else. And then you try to gaslight people and try to make it seem like it's the other way around because Cheryl Swoops is speaking up for Angel Reeves.
And they tried to use the contributions of others who came before Caitlin Clark to justify their vitriol instead of owning the fact that what really was their objective and what really was their agenda is that they resented the fact that this young lady who came into the league, took it by storm, and drew in a level of attention that they weren't able to draw.
Yeah,
that was the reality.
One thing I want to say before we go to break, really quick, Dre. I think one of the impetuses, especially for this conversation, was obviously her not getting an Olympic roster spot, right? Remember, we had a big debate over.
Here come the lies. Remember, I told you about the Olympics and roster spots. As a matter of fact, I'll play some of that. This is months ago when they was talking about Kennedy Carter and the Olympics.
Women, say it.
So do me a favor and let me finish.
Say
I
it.
got y'all.
Okay.
Okay. You're not gonna tell me what to say, Stephen A. I'm gonna talk, right? There is certainly jealousy. There's certainly a reason to prove yourself. But if it is as bad as you all are now perceiving it to be, this team is 11 games in, and this is the first time we're having a conversation about a non-basketball play. If it is as lethal and as nasty as the media has come to portray it, all I'm saying is Kennedy Carter, her behavior is not indicative of the entire league. And the blanket statements are where this thing is going. Let me finish. The blanket statements are where this thing is going left. There are a ton of women in this league that are going to compete at a high level and be good sports in this thing. This is new territory for everyone involved. As far as the Matt Barnes and the Uncle Shannon conversation about getting into fights and altercations, you mentioned Angel Reeves. Angel Reeves has always had her teammates back to that degree. Aaliyah Boston has been walking this thing out with Caitlin Clark closely. I know that her teammates love her and appreciate her, but if it is not who they are to jump up and start a fight, then maybe they can't afford to lose game checks potentially, y'all. A game check in the NBA is what we're talking about in terms of salaries overall in the WNBA. So I think I would like you guys, and we all should do a better job of having a conversation with a little bit more nuance. We all agree Kennedy Carter was wrong. We all agree there is some jealousy, but to your point, Stephen A., there is jealousy. To your point, it is still a prove-it league. What has been frustrating for those of us that have covered the league for years, you can go back to Candace Parker's rookie year. There's tape floating around on the internet. There has been physicality and welcome to the league moments.
So this is the conversation that came about based off the foul from Kennedy Carter when she pushed it in the back, right? That's that conversation. And you heard at the beginning, Shannon was trying to force her to say the women are jealous. Like they got in a big drag out knockdown argument because Monica Manette was telling them, no, hard fouls has always been in the WNBA. That foul that we seen Kennedy Carter do on Caitlin Clark, we've seen that time and time again. As a matter of fact, that same week, Alyssa Thomas pulled Angel Reeves out of the air and slammed her on her back. Like, hard fouls exist. Unnecessary roughness exists in basketball and in the WNBA. It's just that now that new eyes are here and they're seeing Caitlin getting thrown to the ground and stuff like that, and they don't want to see it, they're calling it jealousy. Monica Manette is saying, look, man, I've been in this league for a long time covering it. Y'all just got here. Let me at least tell y'all what's normal and what's not normal. I'm telling you, this is normal. Like, you can't take my word for it. I've been here for years covering this sport. Y'all wasn't covering this sport. At least take my word for it. This is normal. Have I ever lied to you? This is normal. This is not jealousy. These women are not jealous of her. And they wouldn't take no for an answer. No, say it. Say it. Say that they're jealous. You know they're jealous.
All right, welcome back into First Take. We're going to pick up our conversation about Caitlin Clark being snubbed from the Olympic roster. And Chene, I want to allow you to respond first.
Oh, what is the premise?
So basically, just basically picking up where we left off, to essentially to Stephen A's sentiment about the marketing, and then basically you and Andrea saying the integrity of the game, and that's where the decision making comes from USA Basketball.
Shannon. And what Shannon had asked you as well.
Yeah.
Janae, can I say this?
Can
I go?
Who is a fan? Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I want to say this, and then I'm going to be done. I'm going to let you and Andrea take it over from here. Every woman that's on this team, the 12 women that were selected, are very, very deserving. To make a long story short, and I'm sorry that I went long and I was very, very passionate, I believe that the U.S. women's basketball team missed a golden opportunity to bring their most marketable player and have her on the biggest stage for the world to see. That is my only point. I'm sorry that I was passionate and I brought a lot of.
Remember, he just said that. He said that was his only point. That this was months ago. That the Team USA missed the opportunity to bring their most marketable player, not their best player, not their top 5 best player, not even their top 8 best player. Bring their most marketable player, which is debatable. Bring their most marketable player for the world to see. He said that was his only point. Listen to how he switched and lied 2 days ago. And he was trying to make it seem like that his point was something else.
That was she deserving of it? Was it more the marketing, the hype? And here's what I'll say, and I know, Andrea, that you agree. At that point, some of us felt like maybe she hadn't proved it in the WNBA, but at this point, she certainly has. So she proved everybody wrong.
What about the guards? Let's talk about the guards that didn't make it. Talk about the guards that didn't make it. How they play, Andrea? Because you were one of the ones that say she didn't earn it. How did the guards play that was in the Olympics? How did they play?
For sure, but we can't take how Caitlin finished the W season and pivot that to how she would have done in the Olympics. That's a completely different
All I'm saying
argument.
is look at that point. Look at how she played up until that point. Chelsea Gray had only played 1 game before she went to the Olympics. She was out playing Diana Taurasi. Was she outplaying Diana Taurasi at that point in time that she was on the team? It's a simple yes or a simple no.
Why would you ask that question? Now he got the ammo because she's played after the Olympic break. She's played better. Now he's using that to try to make it seem like that was the argument he was making. Where I just showed you and played for you. He was saying that this was a marketing argument he was making. That was my only point. That he said that was my only point. Marketing opportunity. Because he knew at that point she was not playing to a level where we felt like, yeah, we need her on this squad. Not averaging 7 turnovers, not being 2 and 10, not being able to handle the physicality. Like the women, and Andrea Carter said this later on the interview. She said that when she talked to the Olympic Committee and other people that was involved, and asked them what went into the decision. And they said it was a couple of things. One, she hasn't practiced and played with the team because they was practicing while she was in college, right? They was getting all that stuff together. That was one. Number 2 is that the physicality in FIBA play is a step above the WNBA. And the WNBA is very physical. And we seen how she was handling the physicality when she first got to the league. Not too well. She was handling the physicality so poorly that the media was trying to get people to back off her by criticizing them for being jealous and by pretty much begging the WNBA to change the rules, not next CBA, but like overnight. Please change the rules and let her cook. Please get these girls off her. And she's still getting 7 turnovers. So I watched that I watched that Olympic all of their games, and having Chelsea Gray bring the ball up with her big frame, and they was pressing 94 feet and being very physical. She was able to back her way in and zigzag her way in up court and protect the ball very well. They wasn't able to just push her. She's a big body. That wouldn't have been the same for Caitlin. Man, I got a mosquito in here. That wouldn't have been the same for Caitlin. So they, those are the type of things they was thinking about. Plus, if it was just a marketing thing, how would the marketing work? I mean, because you know how the fans are. The fans have already said after she lost last night to the Sun that okay, the season over for them. They gone. All the millions of fans that came to the league for Caitlin, they're all saying, oh, we're done now. The season's over. We'll be back when Caitlin come back next season. So the same thing they said for the Olympics. We're not watching because Caitlin ain't there. What have they done if they would have put Caitlin on the team, but Caitlin wasn't playing? Because they wasn't putting her in the game because for whatever reason. Khalil Copper didn't get a lot of minutes. Jewel Lord didn't get a lot of minutes. So if Caitlin would have been on that bench just like them, Caitlin Clark fans would have said the exact same thing. oh, we're not watching, y'all not playing Caitlin, it would have been a whole nother thing. And now that would have messed the team chemistry up. That would have turned into a whole nother piece of, something for them to talk about and make a big deal out of, right?
Was Caitlin outplaying Diana Taurasi? But you can't just factor in current play, Shannon. That's all I'm saying. You got to factor in. Well, if you're factoring in Diana Taurasi's Olympic experience, Diana Taurasi's how she was with the team, I get it.
Shannon, hold on one second. Shannon,
this ain't a lifetime, an Olympic lifetime achievement.
Shannon Sharp, hold on.
That's a lie. It is a lifetime achievement, because if your primary goal for sending a team to the Olympics is to win gold, number one option you got to do is I got to put the best squad together. I got to get that, and that means from the coaching all the way down to the last player on the bench, with winning gold in mind, with thinking about the teams we got to face and the teams we got to play, and thinking about what type of style of offense or style of defense we need to play, or thinking about the rules and thinking about the physical play and all of that type of stuff, right? Think about the team chemistry. We have to have everything clicking so we can win this gold, right? So first and foremost, let's get our best players. Second, you just can't throw a bunch of talent out there and that's it. It is very important when you put teams together like that you have a couple of players that if you bench them and give them a DNP, that it's not a bad thing, right? That's why you have a Derek White on your squad. Because if I bench Derek White, he's just happy to be here. If I bench Tyrese Halliburton, he's just happy to be here. I can bench them. I don't have to play them. But if I ever need them, I can use them. But if I don't need to use them, you're still there. I'm going my 8 to 10 man rotation. I always got 2 guys that's probably not going to play. You couldn't do that with Caitlin, number one, right? So putting the team together is important. Having the right people on the roster is an important, when it comes to roles and all that stuff, versatility and all that. But also more important is that what was I'm losing my train of thought. If you put a player like Caitlin out there, she's never played in the FIBA before. All of this stuff would have been new to her. She could have came out there and looked very bad. Then what? All this marketing you're talking about. And that's not the goal. The goal is to get gold. I want to get gold. I'm not bringing someone out here to market them. I'm not bringing nobody out here to grow the game. You can keep talking about Michael Jordan all you want to. Oh, they brought Michael Jordan because he was the most famous player in the NBA, but he was also the best player in the NBA. So they needed him for basketball. They keep lying to everybody saying that they put the dream team together because they wanted to grow the game. No, the hell they put the dream team together because they kept losing, because they used to send college students out there and they was getting beat. They put the dream team together to go out there and beat them down. Give me the best, right? That's why Michael Jordan was on that team, not because they was wanting to grow the game. That was something Nike wanted to do. But the committee that put the team together was thinking about how can we get this gold back that we lost. They're lying to people when they say that it's about Michael Jordan went to the Olympics because they wanted to grow the game and he was famous. No, he was the best. We can't keep comparing Caitlin Clark to Michael Jordan and Tiger Woods and Serena Williams and Tom Brady. She's not that. She's not the best in the league. She's the most popular, but we've had popular before. Jeremy Lin Sanity was popular. Yao Ming was popular because he had all of China, and China was huge. Yao Ming was never, as long as the voting system was the way it was back then, Yao Ming was always going to be an all-star and a starter because nobody can outvote China. Nobody can outvote China. China got so many people over there. Nobody can outvote them. Yao Ming was in that all-star game every year. They had to change the way they do the votes because Yao Ming was the starter every single time over Shaq. So we've seen popular before, but popular is not the same thing as best. Michael was the best. Caitlin's not the best. Adrian Wilson is. And Professor Collier is right behind her. And then if you want to talk about guards, you got to talk about Ionescu. You got to talk about Khalil Copper. You know what? I might can give Caitlin the edge over Copper, maybe. I don't know, but she's just not the clear-cut best guard in the league. So she got competition for her top 5 as a guard, but as a player, Asia Wilson, the big still run this league. Asia Wilson and Professor Collier is light years ahead of everyone in the league. It's not even close. Nobody's close to them. But all the guards is close. You got Jewel Lloyd, you got Arike in Dallas. Arike is, man, you got Arike in Dallas, you got Caitlin, you got Copper, you got Ionescu. You can throw Plum in there a little bit. Yeah, but it's, and then you go have my girl from Connecticut next year, and then the year after that you might get Juju. Like, it's crazy, but the big still run the league, right? But to the Diana Taurasi point, you also need vets on teams like this too. Someone who's been there before. Like, how the heck can you make the point that Taurasi is old and Caitlin outplaying her, so put her out there? How is Caitlin going to help them as far as experience? The experience you lose with Diana Taurasi as far as leadership, as far as how many times she's been over there to win the gold, you know, how much basketball she's seen. It's the same reason why LeBron was important for Team USA. Everybody younger than him. LeBron, Steph, and KD was very important. I don't care who was playing better than LeBron. Their experience is what it is. That's why it was important when Kobe showed up, even though it was also in basketball important because he was still the best in the world. But you can't replace that experience. So that Shannon Sharp showed how dumb he is when he say, "What about the other guards? What about Diana Taurasi? Was she out playing Diana Taurasi?" Dude, the experience you get with Diana Taurasi is irreplaceable.
And one second. What we're saying is you guys were right. That's what we're saying. You
no,
were right.
Molly, you did not say that, Molly.
I'm saying
no,
that is what you said.
You
that
did
is
not.
what you
That's
said.
not what you said, Molly.
What are you guys
that is not what you said.
I literally just brought it up.
You were talking about. You were talking about us. You were talking about folks making the point that, excuse me, at the time that they had picked the Olympic team, Caitlin Clark didn't necessarily deserve it based on her play on the court. When the point that Shannon and I was making at the time was that, wait a minute, in the end, there are people that have ended up on Team USA for reasons other than just their elite play at that particular.
So Stephen A. Smith has been honest. He said at the time, yeah, we weren't making an argument that she should be on the basketball wise. We're saying that there's other people who got on teams that it wasn't about basketball.
Particular moment in time, she was a everybody whiz. Right, and she was everyone right because she is a marketing whiz, and she did it on the court. That's what I'm saying.
We were saying, but we no, Molly.
So you were ahead of the curve.
You're not listening, Molly. You're not listening. I'm talking about your point, Molly. Your point.
And I'm explaining it to you.
At the end of the day, we were making the point. Do you want to promote the league or not? And people like Andrea and others were resistant to that playing a role in somebody making the roster for Team USA. And we were saying, hell with that. You want to promote the sport. You put that girl up in there. And people were appalled at that notion.
Of course. Why wouldn't they be appalled? Yeah. So, and I think you can have the disagreement on that, but Stephen A. is being honest. He's saying, okay, what Molly and what McNutt and what Andrea Carter was saying is that, listen, primary goal is to put a team together to win gold. And what Stephen A. Smith was saying, and he's being honest about that right now, that he was saying that Shannon is not being honest because Shannon's trying to act like he was making a basketball point when he clearly wasn't. Stephen is saying, I don't care about the gold because you're going to win it easily anyway. You've won gold 30 straight years. So you're saying you're going to win gold anyway. Take Caitlin with you so you can market her. And what the females were saying is, Why would that be a priority? Is that we've never just brought a person so we can grow the game. We've never done that. We've always went over there to try to win gold. We've never had it in our mind that we want to market a player so we can grow the sport. And then furthermore, Carter said, I don't even understand how her going over there will grow the sport. Like, how is us going over to France and bringing Caitlin with us going to make people watch more WNBA? Right? Because last I checked, a lot of people was watching WNBA this year, and she didn't go to the Olympics. You're bragging about all these records she breaking. Looked like the WNBA was doing fine without taking her to the Olympics. So this grow the sport, like no one's ever explained to me how the sport grow by taking her to the Olympics, especially if she's not going to play, which brings another problem. So if we take her, now we got one hurdle. All right, she made the team. We taking her over there to grow the sport. Now what? Now you got to play her. What? Now we got to make basketball decisions to be able to market her. That's the problem. So maybe they did think about this and say, yeah, do we want to bring her just to market her? And they was like, yeah, but if we bring her and we give them this inch, they're going to want a mile, because if we bring her, then they're going to be like, we want her to play. And if we play her, they're going to be like, she's not playing enough. We want her to start. And if you start her, they'll be like, she's on the floor, but y'all running the offense through Asia. We want her to run. We want to see Caitlin cook. And then now you're messing up a whole bunch of stuff. You brought her, you played her, you started her, and then you changed the offense. Instead of running through the best player in the world, Asia Wilson, now you're running through the most popular player in the world.
That was Stephen A. But Stephen A., this is just going to come from different perspectives, because you all's initial point was a marketing point, and that was what I was arguing with. That was what I was arguing with.
Right.
The marketing point for Caitlin. What Molly is trying to say, and what I agree with, is now that we have seen how Caitlin finished this season, there is a good basketball argument for her being on the team, for her making the team. There is now a great basketball argument. But listen, no, Shannon, listen. How she's playing right now, you just said it 5 minutes ago, was a testament to the rest that she had and the break that she had. We don't know how she would have played.
Remember when Stephen A. Smith admitted that now that she had that rest, she's looking great. Now Shannon was like, well, I didn't say that. Yeah, you did. Shannon, Stephen A. said that about 10 minutes ago, right? Remember I said make that note, much needed rest. This is a point that they was making before. These girls was making this point 4 months ago. They was like, man, this girl need to rest. Why take her over there? If you want to grow the sport, why take her over there so she can get hurt or something like that, and then come back over here not being able to play, or not being able to play 100%, or not being fresh and not being able to finish the season out? Let her get that rest. And the girls was right. She got that rest, and we seen what happened.
Without that break. So we're saying Caitlin has now proven herself basketball-wise, but you all weren't making a basketball argument. You weren't making a basketball argument.
We're not saying
No, Andrea, I'm not going to let you do that.
Go ahead,
Andrea, I'm not going to let you make it seem like Caitlin Clark was averaging 5 points a game. At the time, she was still averaging 16 points a game, which was more than a lot of other guards that made the team.
Yeah, but that wasn't the argument you was making. You weren't making the argument that she was a better fit for the team, or she should be on the team because she earned it. Your argument was that she's marketable and more marketable than anybody, so take her to grow the league. That was your argument. Don't try to switch up now.
So don't do that. Don't make it seem like she was averaging 5 points and this was like a handout.
No, it wasn't a handout.
Look at her numbers. Look at her numbers comparable to the other guards that were on the team.
Don't nobody care about no daggone numbers. That's not how you put a team together. If it was about numbers, we would have had Enrique on the team, who had way better numbers. If it was about numbers, she would have been on the team. If it was about numbers, Andrew Reeves would have been on the team. It's not about numbers. It's about putting a team together.
That's all I'm saying.
No. I hear you. But when I talked to members of the Olympic Committee, the questions were of fatigue, of rest, and of the physicality and FIBA rules, and of lack of continuity with Team USA, which were things that she did not have. I'm not disputing Caitlin's greatness on the court. That's not what I'm disputing at all. Like, I don't understand what you're talking about. I'm not
Andrea,
disputing her
We got to go to
play.
commercial. Let's come
There
back.
were other
Let's come back.
factors
Let's
at
come
hand.
back. Hold on. We got to go to, no. We got to go to commercial, Shane. Come back. Let's come back. Let's go to commercial.
Go ahead.
Tomorrow.
Wow, once again, and you might have missed this when I said it early. Diana Taurasi is the leader of the team. She's the most experienced player. She doesn't have to play to have an impact. What she says in the locker room, what she says at practice, what she says during timeouts, what she says on the bench, if she do get on the court, all of that is very helpful. More helpful than marketing Caitlin Clark. Marketing Caitlin Clark don't help them win gold. Diana Taurasi's leadership does.
The heated discussion we had, just obviously discussing the Caitlin Clark situation, getting snubbed by some people's opinions for the Olympics, and Andrea and I making the point that at that point it was marketing versus basketball. Now she's backed it up on the court and shown that she can
Watch
hang
how
in the
she
WNBA and then some. Andrea, I want to let you make your point though.
Yeah, I know you got football to get to. I'm a football fan too. Big WNBA person here though. And I just want to circle back because before the USA basketball conversation started, all of us were talking and giving testaments to Caitlin's greatness. She has been incredible. She has had a phenomenal rookie season and done things we may never see again, especially with the outside noise that all of us just got mixed back into because she's a conversation starter and she will continue to be one of the best for that reason. Speaking of one of the best, A'ja Wilson is greatness personified and on her way to being the greatest of all time. That's all I had to say. Y'all enjoy the playoffs. I'll be back.
Ooh, yep. I like how she ended that. All right, I'm going to say all the stuff that y'all want me to say about Caitlin, but I'm going to end it with saying greatness personified is A'ja Wilson, and she's on her way to being the GOAT. Way to end it, right? Way to end it. Phone lines are open. I'm gonna do one more thing for y'all, right? Because yeah, you're right, Troy. The last game in the Olympics was very close. Very, very close. And margin of error is very slim. And having somebody there just for marketing, yeah, not something I would have signed up for. She didn't have to play. What? The main point is Caitlin Clark playing or not in the Olympics will impact the women's basketball together with the WNBA. Ed, wow. Do you watch the WNBA? And if so, did the Olympics affect that at all? Second question. If you didn't watch the WNBA and you never watched the WNBA and you never heard about Caitlin Clark and you watched the Olympics and she was on the bench, would that make you watch the WNBA by seeing her sit on the bench? If you never seen her play, you never heard about it, and you watched the Olympic game, what about Caitlin Clark being on the bench in her warm-ups grows the WNBA? Right? Explain that to me, Ed. Wow. Explain to me how watching Caitlin Clark sit on the end of the bench with Khalil Copper and Jewel Lord and watching the game, how does that make you say, oh, man, number 22 at the end of the bench, I'm about to start watching the WNBA? Somebody got to explain that to me. Right? Because what's going to happen is people like you that said, I watch mostly Fever games. So you're not a basketball fan or WNBA fan. You're a Caitlin Clark fan. So someone has to explain to me, if she was on the Olympic team and she didn't play, you as a Caitlin Clark fan, would you be happy about it? And I know the answer to that. The answer would be no. So you would be, not you, but some of the other people that's on social media doing whatever they do, they would be on social media saying, we want to see her play. We didn't watch this. We didn't watch the Olympics because anybody else but Caitlin. So put her in the game. Look at these comments right here. When they won the game, when they was on that losing streak, And they finally figured something out, and Aaliyah Boston had a killer game, like 20-18. And people were saying, look at the first comment. Good for Boston, but yes, trade Caitlyn. She's box office. Nobody wants to watch this show. Let Caitlyn be Caitlyn. They were mad because they watched the game where Aaliyah Boston led the team to victory. And it was like, we didn't sign up for this. We only want to see Caitlyn lead the victory, right? Second comment, this for sure was the most unsatisfying win this season. How is a win unsatisfying? Good win, but if Caitlyn is going to be a decoy, why did you draft her? Any other guard can be a decoy. CC needs to be traded. You get what I'm saying? This is what happens. Caitlyn fans only want to see one thing. They want to see her do what she did at Iowa. They don't want to see anything else. So if she's on the Olympic team and she's not playing, they're going to have comments like this. They're going to threaten to boycott. They're going to threaten not to watch. They're going to complain until they get her on the court. And then when they get her on the court, they're going to complain even if they win, because if Caitlyn is on the court to be a decoy, then they're going to complain. Because if you think Boston led them to victory, you dang gonna know that Stewie, Asia Wilson, and Professor Collier was gonna lead the victory. They was not going to be running no offense for Caitlyn. The offense was going to be ran through those top 3 players, those MVP candidates and those MVP winners, not Caitlyn. So her fans would have been complaining once again. Caller from Missouri, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Bill? My first time calling. Truly appreciate your show. I want to give a shout out to your panel, especially a LeBron James fan. I'm being really honest when I say this. He's probably the most balanced view LeBron James fan that I've ever listened to on any type of podcast or any type of panel. So I want to give a shout out to him. I think his name's Eric.
Yeah.
I might be. It's very, very, very balanced, and I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody. But this comes off so hypocritical with Shannon and with Stephen A. First with Shannon, the thing that I don't like is, you know, when Westbrook had 18, 7, and 7, but a high volume of turnovers, he wanted to sit up there and ridicule the man. But now Caitlin Clark, you know, at the time, 16, 5, I think 8.5 assists, but damn near 6 turnovers, and he don't even mention her turnovers once.
Facts.
But he screaming to let her cook, but nobody was screaming to let Russell Westbrook cook. That comes off hypocritical. But we all know that Shannon already has a bias for white women and not for anybody black, unless it's LeBron James, who I think is really Michelle in the video. But that's neither here nor there. Look, she didn't deserve any type of Olympic recognition, nor did she deserve any All-Star recognition. That first half of how she was playing very, very in over her head. The WNBA transition was different from college basketball. She needed to learn what the difference was. It was very physical. Everybody knows NBA basketball, whether it's women or men, is more physical. The college, there's a learning curve. And she was struggling with that learning curve. Nobody should just give you anything. You must earn everything that you have.
Correct.
Some of the reasons why LeBron James didn't get selected to the All-Star team in his rookie season. Why? Because he was shooting under 40% for the better part of his rookie season into the latter half of it. Because he only shot, 41% to end the year? Nobody was going to give a rookie that's shooting under 40%, you know what I'm saying, an All-Star, no matter how much the hype is. You know, Jerry Stackhouse scored 29.6 points one year, but shot under 40%. He wasn't in no MVP voting.
Right.
He shot like trash. You know, so, you know, all this, you know, jealousy. No. It has nothing to do with jealousy. It has nothing to do with what have you done for me lately? What are you doing for me now? And she wasn't doing nothing for him.
Correct.
Wasn't doing nothing for the league. Yes, you want to market her. Yes, you're getting a different fan base. But you hit the nail right on the head when you sat up there and said that, okay, let's select her for the Olympics, but we're going to sit her down just like we did Tyrese Halliburton. And then next thing you know, it's going to be, they racist because they sitting her down, not letting her play. Nobody got time for the headliners.
Correct.
We're going over there to get gold. Let's go get gold. she could try again in the next 4 years and see if she makes it then.
Yeah.
By then, she would have 4 years of tape, 4 years of equity she would have put into the league, and let's see where she is there. But it's not given.
And she would have earned it. And she would have earned it. And who don't want to earn everything they get? You know what I'm saying? I don't think she that type of person that just won't hand out. She want to earn it. She works hard, man. So, yeah, she want to earn it. She want it to be legit. And what you alluding to, man, it would have been a major distraction if they would have put her on that team, because her fans would have demanded that they see her cook. They would have demanded it. You give her, right. You give them an inch, they go take a mile. They would have demanded that she cook. And I couldn't see myself having a team with Nafessa Collier, Brianna Stewart, and Asia Wilson on it and running the offense through Caitlin. I just couldn't see it.
And Melvin, let me hit you with this last fact, and I'm gonna get off and let you cook for somebody else. But these are there's three main things that sell in the media: sex, racism, and any type of war or controversy. And this has all of it. So of course there's a narrative that needs to be pushed. There's a racism narrative, there's a sexism narrative, and it makes no sense. It takes away from the game. One thing, the reason why I start calling in is because you said something I've been saying for years. I'm 43 years old. I've been saying I've been in love with the game of basketball since 1992, not the player. Of course, there's players that I picked up a little this, picked up a little that, but I was always in love with the game of basketball. And at its purest, it is the sweetest joy. When you learn that first move after going one-on-one by yourself by the park, you done practice it 100 times. And then when you get in a game or you shoot bucket, 21, whatever y'all call it, and you hit that move and knock down that shot, it's like your first hit of ecstasy. It's in your system now. So you want to add to your bag. You want to add to more practice. And when you get a full bag, there's nothing like getting hot in the game. There's nothing like it. I think maybe making love to a woman, but there's nothing like it. It's the greatest feeling that you done put all the work in and it's coming to fruition, man. God bless. Keep up the good work. Shout out to Man Down Sports. Thank you again, man.
All right, brother. I appreciate it, man. Thanks. Yeah, man. People know what's up, man. So I'm gonna do this real quick because I wanted to point some stuff out, right? I wanna get rid of another false narrative about this hate and this jealousy and this physicality that she's getting, and people acting like she's the only person who's getting it, right?
Back missing the first 12 games with a lower leg injury.
Pause this. Both. Put this number down real quick so y'all can see this, right? So I want y'all to see something. This is in the playoffs, right? So game one of the playoffs where Dejanay Carrington, at what looks like an accident, poked Caitlin in the eye when she was contesting a 3-point shot. And Caitlin shot the shot. She contested with her hand. And then after the ball was released, her hand came down and hit Caitlin in the eye. And they said that was jealousy. It was on purpose. They said it was assault. They said that she had Shanae fingernails on. It was calling her Freddy Cougar and all this stuff. I'm like, boy, y'all ODing. Not even the next day. This was the next day. Kelsey Plum gets hit in the eye. And Skylar Diggins was running to contest the 3-point attempt, but it was a pump fake. So when she got a pump fake and she was in the air, she goes flying past Kelsey Plum. But it looked like she reached her arm back because she might have thought that Kelsey Plum, after she pump faked, was going to drive in for a layup. So she reached her arm back like she was going to grab her to foul her, but she smacked her right in the eye. Poked in the eye. Look, watch how this happens.
Chelsea Gray coming back, missing the first 12 games with a lower leg.
Smacked it right in the eye. Right? Now, here's the difference.
Skylar Diggins Smith got her with that right hand.
Listen to everybody. Listen to the commentators.
Which you do have to do.
Look how quick Plum got up.
KP.
and just walked it off.
Who's shooting
Right in her eye.
37% from the three-point line. Diggins
Right
Smith
in her eye.
with the run out.
Nobody in the arena, the commentators, the players, nobody went over there and was like, oh my God, no one did that. She got up on her own. She got it up immediately. She didn't roll on the floor, throw her ponytail on the floor. She didn't do all this stuff. She wasn't looking for sympathy. Nobody was threatening Skylar Diggins. No one was mocking her. No one was making memes about her. I don't even think nobody even know that happened. Right?
Contact there.
We're not going to look at it at the monitor. Common foul against Sky.
They didn't even look at it. Now look at that. There's a eye. Now look at, she looked like she got shot. She looked like she got hit with a bullet. The way that happened. Hit on her eyebrow. It didn't even go in her eye. Right? But look at this. Boom. She smacks her in the face. Now, that was purposely. Knocked her contact out. Like, we got to be real about this. People get hit in the face. Nobody's saying Caitlin Clark is calling her names and all this stuff. Nobody's attacking Caitlin Clark for this. Nobody's attacking her. Nobody attacked Skylar Diggins for hitting Plum in the face. Nobody. It's only Clark fans that are attacking these females. It's only Clark fans. Right? So let's go to the push. This is Caitlin Clark in college. You see how she was walking by? The girl had her back turned. Let's roll this back. Watch how Caitlin Clark pushes the girl, and then flops like she was the one that was getting pushed. Right? And then flopped like she was getting pushed. Now look when Skylar Diggins did the same exact thing. Do you know Skylar Diggins was getting death threats for that? And they said it was on purpose. Oh, here go to hit at half court. All right, this look familiar. Boom, knocked the little girl over at half court. Right, look what she did. She got up and got right up.
Knocking down Heidemann.
She's small. She's a small player. She got right up.
She's looking at Coach Tibbetts and she said, "Don't take me out. I don't want to come out."
She got right up with no problem. Nobody is calling Cotton a dirty player, saying she did this on purpose and giving her threats and all this stuff. Nobody's saying she's jealous of Heidemann. None of that. Not Cotton, but Cloud. Nobody's saying she's jealous. But if you do this to Clark, you're somehow jealous. Here's the hit again. Boom. Just a nice little bump, and she got right up. She just got right up, right? No problem. The same player. She's a smaller player. Look at her. The same player. It's like having Muggsy Bogues coming there. I gotta let you feel it, man. Like, I'm bigger than you. Look at her. She trying to dance. Look. Boom. Knocked her down again. You ain't about to play with me like that. Look at her. She took it like a champ. You know what I mean? Nobody's calling these players dirty. Right? But look when Clark got hit the same way at half court. Look how she flew and flopped and then just spinned out. Just make it seem like she got assaulted. Like, it all looked like assault when the response is like that. But the Shields was a player who almost didn't play basketball again because she had some condition, and she got threats from Clark fans saying, that cancer should have took you out, or whatever it was she had. I can't remember what it was. They should have took you out. I wish you would have died and all this crazy stuff. Like these are the type of messages they're getting on social media. Because they're dealing with a flopper that knows how to play the media. Right? There go again in college flopping. I never seen somebody get pushed in the back and they fall directly to the ground. They don't even go forward. Look, she just went to the ground. She didn't even go forward. Look at this one. Miss shot. She get the ball. Oh, you know what? She hit me in my stomach. I mean, this is what we're dealing with, right? Look at this one. Girl went up verticality, and she's trying to act like she got her whole ear taken off, like Trump. Look at her, hands up. Her hand is extended in the girl's chest. The girl didn't even touch her face, but she's on the ground just laying there. And then now look at this flop. This was after a loss, a team that she wasn't supposed to lose to. Right? Team she wasn't supposed to lose to. She trying to get off the court. They stormed the court. This is a student that was running towards somebody that for some reason, and here comes Caitlin. Look at that spin. Does that spin look familiar? Now she's on both of her feet right now. She don't have to go to the ground. Look at that. Does that spin look familiar? Come on, man. This is what we dealing with. That's what we're dealing with. Right? So I'm interested to hear what's that all about? And while I said her hand came down, of course it came down. Everybody hand come down when they contest. You think everybody just contest like this and then come down and then slowly bring their hands down like this? You think that's what happened on the contested three? No, people contest and then the hand comes down and it hit in the face. And then what about Caitlin when she was getting the physical defense on her, she flopped. That's that Draymond Green thing. That's how he hit when Draymond Green hit Yusuf Nurkic in the face. He's trying to get somebody off of him, and he flops his hand back to hit in the face or to whatever. But they try to make it seem like it's accident. Draymond Green is famous for that. That's what she did. Knocked her right in the daggone face. Right? Knocked her right in the face. Come on, man. It ain't nothing the same. Similar, yes. You never gonna find anything the same. Never go find something the same. Carrington hat went up and she brought it back down, pointing her fingers right at CC's eyes. Pointing her fingers at CC's eyes, just an eye gouge. Y'all really believe that, man? Y'all really believe she went to contest and was like, let me poke her in her eye. Come on, bro. If you tried that 100 times, you wouldn't be able to do that probably once. Ain't no way, man. Y'all want to believe this, man. Come on, man. Her fingers went down directly in her eye. Hey, that's how accidents happen, man. Just because her fingers went in her eye don't mean she did it on purpose. Oh man, if she don't want to get poked in the eye, tell her to put them James Worthy glasses on. Play with the Kurt Ramberses. She can play with the Kurt Ramberses. CC flops, everybody does. Oh, now everybody flops. Does it draw attention, Mel? Nitpicking plays to make your points or low? Hey, well, I guess I'm low, man. Like Michelle said, when they go low, go low. I mean, I'll be low. I'm fine with that. Now, see, now I want you to see how this turns out, though. Right? You got one player with a fan base, and you got Man Down Sports, who has been discussing sports for the longest. And Ed, wow, you've been a part of Man Down Sports, right? And I've had my opinions on LeBron. I had my opinions on Jokic, Luka. I had my opinions on James Harden. I've had my opinions on Kyrie. I've had my opinions on so many different things. We get to the point now with this Caitlin thing. I've never had Ed Wild come on here and say I'm low for any of my takes or any of my opinions. But this Caitlin Clark thing is touching so many emotions and feelings for some people that nobody's safe from not being called a name or being called something. So I'm low now, Ed Wow. I take that. I'm low. I'm low. Her fingers came directly down, man. Come on, Ed Wow, man. And what did Caitlin Clark's hand do when she smacked Dejanay in the face? I need that answer for sure. I need that answer, Ed Wow. What did Caitlin's hand do when she smacked Carrington in the face and knocked her contact out? Right. Tell me what that did. Tell me if that was on purpose. That'll tell me everything I need to know. Was it on purpose when Caitlin Clark smacked Dejanay in the face? Right? Was that on purpose? All right. Let's move on to some other good stuff, right? Now, as a matter of fact, I want to get into one more thing. Right? I want to get into one more thing, right? Let me see what we got next. Yeah, I want to get into one more thing. So, another thing that happened, and this will wrap everything up with Caitlin Clark, and we can move on to something else, right? The other thing that happened is that after the Fever lost that game 2 and got swept by the Connecticut Sun, the post-game conference was very interesting, right? So you got Dejanay Carrington, and then you got what's my girl, Alyssa Thomas. And they asked her about their professionalism during the season, despite all the stuff they had to go through. This was her answer.
There's been a lot of noise across the country heading into this series and before each game, but before each tip-off, from each tip-off to the final whistle, the Sun have been locked in, professional, and taking care of business. What does it say to the professionality of this team that you've been able to shut out the noise?
Honestly, it's been a lot of nonsense. I think in my 11-year career, I've never experienced the racial comments from the Indiana Fever fan base. We had her face on a serious matter that happened in this world, and it's unacceptable, honestly. And there's no place for it. And we've been professional throughout the whole entire thing, but I've never been called the things that I've been called on social media, and there's no place for it. And basketball is headed in a great direction, but nah, we don't want fans that are going to degrade us and call us racial names. I mean, we already see what's happening in the world and what we have to deal with in that aspect. And we come to play basketball for our job, and it's fun, but we don't want to go to work every day and have social media blown up over things like that. It's uncalled for, and something needs to be done, whether it's, them checking their fans or this league checking. There's no time for it anymore.
She said something's got to happen. Either the Indiana Fever got to check their fans, the league got to check them, but something's got to happen. She said, I've never been called this many racial things this often in my 11-year career. And she's a tough girl, and she can't stand it. Like, this is tearing the league apart, whether people know it or not. Right. And another thing that I want you to hear what she said is that the league is going in a good direction and in a good place. But she said that the other stuff is unnecessary. Right. It's going in a good place, but we don't need that. And I said this a long time ago. What I'm feeling from these girls, what I see, and what the frustration I see on their face is that they would much rather have the league they had before with lesser eyes and lesser salary than have to deal with racism in their workplace at the highest level. If it just stayed on Twitter, it'd be fine. But reaching up to ESPN and the White House, that's too much. That's too much. Imagine if that feels like the walls are closing in on you. Like, you can't turn anywhere that you don't have any support. Nobody can support you. all the support is going toward Caitlyn, and then all the venom is going toward everyone else for not being Caitlyn. And I'm like, what can I do? I turn on ESPN. They're saying I'm jealous because I played defense and I blocked her shot. Like, what am I supposed to do? Right? Here's the perfect answer from Andrea Carter.
Now, in response to those comments, the WNBA issued a statement saying the WNBA is a competitive league with some of the most elite athletes in the world. While we welcome a growing fan base, the WNBA will not tolerate racist, derogatory, or threatening comments made about players, teams, and anyone affiliated with the league. League security is actively monitoring threat-related activity and will work directly with teams and arenas to take appropriate measures to include involving law enforcement as necessary. Ray, what's your reaction to that news?
Well, my first reaction immediately is it's sad. It's sad that on an evening when we've had great performances from the teams that won, from the teams that lost, we've had great individual performances. We've got 2 teams advancing to the semifinals. And this is the topic that we have to end on. And what stood out to me about what Alyssa Thomas said was basketball is heading in a great direction. And then there's a pause because, again, it's heartbreaking that in a time where our league is so exciting, the excitement around the league is at its highest, but the racial slurs and the derogatory comments and the online bullying are also at their worst. And that's the 2 things that we don't want. We want all the excitement, but it should be based on basketball only. This is a league that has thrived off of women that have competitive spirit and that want to play the game and that love playing the game. But it's also a league that's thrived off of women that truly take pride in inclusivity and diversity and welcoming others and protecting marginalized groups. And so there's no room for racism. There's no room for bullying. There's no room for derogatory comments. We love this sport. These players love to play this sport, and everything should be based about the game. Everything should be based about the game of basketball because that's what these women love and that's what all of these women are here for. So the fans that are giving those racial slurs, that are giving those derogatory comments, there's no space for them. As much as we want this league to grow, we will grow slower if it means leaving those fans out of the mix.
You're so connected.
That was a bar. She said, as much as we want this league to grow, we'll much rather grow slower if we can leave those fans out. If they what they're saying is, if we have a choice, do we want to grow fast and now and keep all the Caitlin Clark racist fans, or would we rather move on without the fans and the millions and grow slower? And they're saying we'll take the latter. If we had a choice, do we want Caitlin's fans or do we not want Caitlin's fans? They're saying no, we don't want them. That's how bad it is. I want you to think about that. All this money that y'all dangling in their face and saying that they can get all the popularity, all the eyes. Mind you, the fans that you're saying is growing the league just said they're not watching any more playoff basketball. How can you grow a league? How can you grow a league with one person and the fans that are here saying if she's not playing, we're not watching? You didn't grow your league. You just grew Caitlin's popularity. The league didn't grow. Caitlin's popularity grew. So if it was about basketball and the fans was like, oh man, I didn't know the WNBA was this lit. I was watching Caitlin and she brought me to the WNBA and I'm like, man, these girls can really play and this is good basketball. I'm now a fan of WNBA and women's basketball. That's not what they're saying. They're saying Caitlin brought me to the WNBA and I only like Caitlin. I don't care how good the basketball is. I'm only watching for Caitlin, and I'm going to be pissed off if I can't see Caitlin do what I want her to do. Basically what you're saying is, what's my man name that wrote Star Wars? Lucas or whatever his name is. He writes Star Wars, and you're pissed off because you don't like the ending. And now you're going to call him all types of names and races and all types of stuff. Oh man, I wanted this character to do that. Why he didn't get the girl? Like, you're mad. Why Darth Vader didn't win? I wanted Darth Vader to win. All of this stuff. Watch the game and enjoy what you see. It's reality TV. If you turn on the game and the Fever getting whooped by a better team in the playoffs and they get swept, accept that. It's reality. That's the entertainment they're provided. You can't tell the WNBA I want to see it the way I want to see it. You can't not be I'm not a basketball fan at all, but I'm going to tell the WNBA what type of basketball I want to watch. I want the basketball to look like this. I mean, look at some of these comments. I'm not a Caitlyn fan like that, but I'm looking at it from this point of where do they want the game to go? Well, you just heard her. If the game if we have to have racism in our game, sexism in our game, genderism in our game, and all this other stuff in our game, comments about LGBTQ and all this stuff, and if we have to have all of that in that game for it to grow, then no, don't grow it. They're telling you this. They're telling you, no, we don't want it. What y'all bringing to the game, we don't want it. Keep it. Go somewhere else with it. Go back to politics, because that's where most of them came from. Go back to politics. We don't want you. They're in so many words, they're telling you we do not want you. If you're here just for Caitlyn, we don't want you. That's what the WNBA is saying, not just the players. The commissioner is saying that. We don't want you. The old fans that has been here before Caitlyn is saying we don't want you. We don't want that. We don't want to watch basketball and have to have those type of emotions where we got to think about skin color. And we got to hear people getting insulted and all this stuff. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. We want to grow the league, like Andrea Carter said. We want to grow the league, but we'll grow way slower if it means that we can get rid of those fans. Because when Paige Bucher comes next year, and then Juju come after that, the excitement is going to be there. So they can wait. And I don't think Paige fans are like that, and I don't think Juju's fans are like that. So if it's gonna be like this, hey, Caitlyn can go overseas and play in another league and take her fans with her. And we'll just wait for Paige and Juju. And we don't have to break all the records and have all this stuff. We're fine. We're good. We was good. We was eating. We made money. We didn't make as much as the men, but cool. It is what it is. But I'm not about to sign up to allow people to talk to me like that all season long. And then I gotta play with my hand behind my back. Like, pretty much just saying we're gonna talk bad about everyone that defends Caitlyn or says anything about Caitlyn. We're gonna talk bad about them so bad until they just give up and submit and just let Caitlyn do what she do. They're not going to be satisfied until Caitlyn averages 30, 10, and 10. And everyone is just, oh, we can't stop her. She's Michael Jordan. That's what they want to see. Unfortunately, she's not the best player in the league. Asia Wilson and Professor Collier is by far, and then Breanna Stewart by far. So you got what you got. You got what you got. Here's the coach for the Connecticut Sun, asked about the same thing.
Alyssa was asked earlier about the noise around the team and just maintaining the professionalism. Mm-hmm. There's been a lot of commentary around this series, and she talked about racial remarks she's received this year and how she's never experienced that in her 11-year career. And I just wanted to know, DeJounte also posted earlier in her Instagram an email, a really offensive email that someone sent to her, coaching this team and what the players have had to experience. I just wonder if you have any thoughts or comments on what they've had to go through, and also on Alyssa's call for the league to potentially step in and do something about it.
Yeah, I think it's sport is a microcosm of life and of society. And I think right now, not right now, but we've seen a lot of racism, sexism, homophobia, transphobia, throughout the course of our country. Sport is no exception, and it's unacceptable, to be quite honest. I think the thing that frustrates me the most is that, and is that I say we because I work in television as well, but we in the media have to do a better job of not allowing trolls in social media to become the story. And I feel like we have allowed trolls in social media to frame the narrative of what the story is. And it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. And we have to do a better job. I realize that, everybody's job is predicated on what's read, what's clicked on, what's whatever, what's watched. I understand that. But I also feel like we have a responsibility to be better when it comes to what we're representing, when it comes to, I don't want to say protecting because these women don't need protected, but when it comes to making sure that the narrative is about what we do. And it's not about who's being attacked, how they're being attacked, and we make that newsworthy. I applaud our team for maintaining their professionalism. Not just our team; it's a lot of teams in our league. It's a lot of athletes, not just in our league, who get attacked like this. And so I applaud the professionalism. We continue to encourage them to silence the noise, control what they can control. I don't go on social media for that reason. And it's protecting my peace, but I also realize that that's a privilege for me. And so I just encourage everybody to take a step back and think about if it's your sons or your daughters or your nieces or your nephews or your children, for goodness sakes, because if my children were being harassed like this, I'm not sure what I would do. I'm not sure what I would do. So we've got to get back to keeping the main thing. And I'm not talking about criticism because that comes with the territory. Like that is what it is. Like that's part of it. I get that. But the narrative doesn't need to be controlled by people who are just, on their keyboards spewing hate and negative vitriol everywhere.
So she's making a good point. She's saying that the stuff that they're saying on social media when they're trolling shouldn't be repeated by the big wigs at ESPN. Like that's scuttlebutt. The stuff that we're hearing on Twitter and Twitter Spaces and other platforms and stuff like that. Okay, that's them. We can turn it off. Plus, it's not millions of people that's go see that, but it doesn't stop there. Like you're going to ESPN, and this is used to be a place where you would see Stuart Scott, call the game the way he called it, and report the game the way he reported, like a reporter. These guys aren't reporters. These guys are entertainers. They debate for entertainment purposes. They debate for ratings. And that's what she was saying. She was like, I know people got to get their clicks, but think about the responsibility here. You starting a race war over basketball and you're keeping it going. You keep adding fuel to the fire where you can be more responsible as a worldwide leader in sports and just discuss the game properly and stop getting up early in the morning with a suit on to gossip about who's jealous, who's hating who, all these lies. Nobody's jealous of nobody. They're just competing. Come on, be grown man in your 50s with a suit on. Like, I can't believe you get up that early to gossip. They're jealous. Those girls are jealous, and then screaming at women and stuff like this. And like that, it's just not a good look early. It ain't a good look at no time, but early in the morning with a suit on, with a come on, man, a now later suit and a pink suit, peach sherbet suit, Laffy Taffy suit, now later tie. Early in the morning, arguing with women about who jealous of who. That's what you want to do, and you're doing it for ratings. You're not reporting the news. You're not reporting the game. You're not covering the game. You're gossiping and lying at that. And then you got people that's just going to listen to what you say and go run with it. Oh man, they're jealous. They hate her. It's racism and all this crazy stuff. 50-year-old man with a part in the side of his head with a comb over going east to west in a tight peach sherbet suit jacket and some Medea glasses with black lip gloss on, gossiping and clapping his hands at girls again. Say it. This is unreal. This is, I mean, you put all that makeup on just to look like Charles, your lunch is ready. Miss Netta. You did all that work to look like Miss Netta on ESPN, up there gossiping and lying. Come on, man, do better, yo. Do better. Phone line is open. Yeah, you daggone right I wear an OJ shirt. And what? As long as it ain't a peach sherbet shirt with grandmama glasses and a part on the side of my head with a comb over east and west, peach sherbet jacket, looking like Miss Netta with black lipstick on. I ain't got no black lipstick on, I can tell you that. I can tell you that much, I ain't got that on. When you see me out here with that black sherbet, that black lipstick on and the sherbet shirt, peach sherbet jacket, gossiping and lying, then you can call me a hypocrite. Now later, a Laffy Taffy tie, then you can call me up there and say I'm gossiping and I'm a hypocrite. You can do that. But yeah, phone line open. RK Lewis, you can call. Ed Wild, you can call. Ed Wild, you want me to share the link? I'll share the link, man. Roland Curtis, my dog. What's up, brother? Where you been?
What's up, man? How you been, man? No, I moved to a different city for a little bit for work, and then I moved back about a few weeks ago. So I wasn't able to call in or even watch the show for about I would say I think the last time I saw the show was maybe around around July, June or July.
Oh, okay. All right, man. Well, shoot, welcome back. Hey, Troy James, the suit crazy, is man. Look up at on the rundown in the top left corner. That's the episode that was on. Stephen A got that purple Laffy Taffy tie and the now suit jacket, and then on the right you see Shannon Sharp with that peach sherbet suit jacket with that with a part in the middle of his in the side of his head and the comb over going east and west. Go ahead, Roland. What's your thoughts?
My thoughts, it's been, like I said, it's been a while since I've seen the show, and I remember that at that time it was still about a lot of the stuff outside of basketball, like a lot of the Caitlin Clark race stuff, and I heard she recently was eliminated from the playoffs. But for me, I remember I did watch that the first time Diana Taurasi and Caitlin Clark played against each other, but I'll be honest, I haven't watched the game since then. And a lot of the stuff that comes out of the WNBA hasn't been about the sport. It's been about the stuff with Caitlin Clark and this thing about the jealousy. And I don't know how often, every time I look on YouTube and I get notifications from different channels, it's never so much about the game. It's about they're doing this and that to Caitlin Clark, and these girls are jealous at Caitlin Clark, and they're not calling fouls on Caitlin Clark. And I did hear when Angel Reeves, I guess, was for some reason through like injury or something, she stopped playing. And I know that Caitlin Clark won the Rookie of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
But and I did hear about other things for the Olympics. And is it true that Michael Jordan came out and spoke up for Caitlin Clark? Is that true about the Olympics?
No, I don't know. I didn't see it. I seen something floating around about it, but I couldn't authentic. I couldn't figure out if it was real or not.
Okay, yeah, I did. 'Cause I did look around and I couldn't tell if it was like if it was something that he actually said or people were saying that he said it, and so it seemed like I don't know if it was true or not. But
I mean, if he did, it's just Nike calling in favors. I mean, that's the reason why LeBron did it.
That's a good point.
she's a Nike athlete, and they need to sell shoes.
Right. And who is it that I know Angel Reese has some like. Is she doing? I know I think she's endorsing Reese's Pieces. Does she have a shoe deal too?
She did get an endorsement with Reese's Pieces, and
Reese's Pieces. Yeah.
I don't think she has a shoe deal. No.
Okay, because I think someone was going to try to make. I think maybe like a fan or somebody designed shoes that was for Reese, but also Reese's Pieces. So I didn't know if that was real or not. I guess it wasn't real. But it's cool that I'm glad that you guys are able to still stay focused on the game. I mean, has it been hard for you to focus on the game itself with all of this stuff going happening around it?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's been hard to focus on the game, because when the game is on, man, I mean, the games be so good. Even the game that the Fever got eliminated last night was a great game, man. I don't know. I mean, you got to watch that fourth quarter. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna play some clips of it, man. But yo, man, that game was so good. The Minnesota Lynx, man, Professor Collier, man, yo, this girl, she's like the female Olajuwon, yo. She's really like the female Hakeem Olajuwon. Asia Wilson is like a David Robinson 2.0. Man, these girls are so. Asia Wilson, Breanna Stewart, Professor Collier, they are so freaking good, yo. Like they on Maya Moore level. They on Candace Parker and Lisa Leslie level. That like they on their way to being legendary. I mean, Asia Wilson got a unanimous MVP, her third MVP, and she's on her way to a three-peat if the Vegas get back to the finals.
Wow.
Right, a freaking three-peat, and she's not even 30 yet. Like this is gonna be her. This is gonna be her league for another 6 years. And the Professor Collier is younger than her.
See, I haven't even heard of that second name that Collier. What team does she play for?
Minnesota Lynx, man. She finished second in the MVP voting. I had her first most of the season, and then Asia took it toward the end. I mean, she broke a record, man. The first female WNBA player to score 1,000 points in one season. They haven't even been done. She got 1,000 points. This girl averaged 29 points, almost 30 points a game. But not only that, she's the best defender as well. She averaged 3 blocks and 2 steals.
Wow. Averaging that for the entire season. That's hard to do.
It's crazy.
3 blocks and two steals.
And we can't talk about it because we gotta talk about a hard foul on Clark or eye poke on Clark.
Right. It's like even whether it's YouTubers, any kind of media, the legacy media, ESPN, it seems like they never get a chance. They're barely covering Asia Wilson. It's like it's mostly about this stuff with Caitlin Clark, and it's like it starts to. I think it turns off some fans.
Rolling.
Makes some fans that
the new fans that just came to the sport don't have an appetite for that stuff. They don't have an appetite for real basketball. They want to hear this. She jealous, and they want to hear all that stuff, man. But let me finish talking about Nafessa. I just told you about Asia and what she's averaging in her MVP season. Nafessa was right behind her. She got almost all the second place votes. So they really was neck and neck 1 and 2. But Nafessa Collier, you know what she did her first game in the playoffs this year?
What she do?
38. You know what she did the second game?
No.
42.
What? That's crazy. That's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's just. Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, and that sounds like it's amazing, but it's just surprising how I didn't know that. You know, I can try to keep up with what's going on as far as the major stories and things like that coming out of WNBA, but what the scoring performances of other players and stuff that doesn't get covered, you know, and so then it's like even people who may have tried to give the WNBA a chance earlier on in their season, and they probably because there was so much hoopla around both Caitlin Clark and Angel Reeves, but then it started to seem more about Caitlin Clark and less about Angel Reeves.
Mm-hmm.
And I did hear her comments about that, where she said it's not just one person, it's herself too, who's helping to bring more eyes to the game. But it just seems like it was like a orchestrated kind of effort to make Caitlin Clark like the story, even when there was really no story about the game. It was just about other stuff that really was like, man, this stuff is not interesting anymore. It's not even about basketball. It's about girls being jealous of girls, and it's like I can't see how, you know, I can people can stay interested in hearing about the soap opera stuff. You know, it's not even like it's not even the same. It's not even like the soap operas that you get like in the NBA, like back in the day when it was Kobe and Shaq and stuff like that. You know, this is like,
but they're trying to get it there. This is what the media want. They was like, man, we need this. We about to lose LeBron. We need this. This could be hot. Don't mess this up for us. Don't mess this up for us. And you know, Nike is like, don't mess this up for. We gave this girl 28 mil. We need her to be the GOAT. Like, we trying to sell these shoes. Like, you're in the way. And you know they're making phone calls to ESPN. Hey man, keep the heat on them. Keep the heat on them. Keep the heat on the WNBA. We need Caitlin to we chose Caitlin. She needs to be the one. So we got girls that's obviously better than her, but they chose Caitlin. So now we all got to pretend like she's the best. And she's obviously not. 7 turnovers a game.
Right. Even when I was paying attention a lot to the shows and I was, you know, looking at the WNBA a little bit closer, even back then, she didn't seem like she was as good as people made her out to seem. And then as the season progressed, it just seemed like, you know, she would have like these quote unquote like record breaking things like in certain games, but other than that, it just seems she was kind of I don't know if the word average is the best way to describe her, but it didn't seem like she was this. I mean, I don't know. Do you think that she's like a generational player?
I don't even know what generational player mean. What's generational? What they mean? Once every generation?
Yeah. Like, you know, she's like, it's gonna be. You won't see a player like her for another 20 years maybe, because she's so special. You know.
Was Steve Nash generational?
That's a good question. He was. I think he might have been. In general, I don't think he was, but if you consider because he was a white guy that was playing at a high level.
I mean, let's talk about what he was. An amazing passer. He revolutionized that 8-second offense, whatever they called it. You know, because it matter if you made the shot, made basket or missed basket, they running. So he's running the whole time. He's got the ball in his hand the whole time until it's time for him to get an assist or a shot. And it did well for numbers, and he shot the ball very well. He was a 50, 40, 90 guy. 90 from the free throw, 90 above from the free throw, 50 from the field, 40 from the three-point, right? Caitlin ain't quite a 50, 40, 90 player yet, but she passed the ball just as good as Steve Nash. She runs the same offense. she gets up the floor and she's running and stuff like that. And
Steve Nash, Caitlin Clark, obviously Jason. I wouldn't put down as generational players or generational athletes because Biles, Serena Williams, obviously those are once in a lifetime athletes.
correct.
So far, yeah, from what I've seen of Caitlin Clark, they're trying harder, but yeah, I can't believe that somebody would put her on that.
Yeah.
On that.
Yeah.
It's like they snuck her in the back door and hope that
It's
no one would
crazy.
notice.
I mean, this graphic is crazy, man. I couldn't believe it, man. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up. Hey, y'all, my internet had went down for a second, man. Y'all put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me clearly and y'all can see me and all that stuff, and y'all can hear the caller. But we were just talking about this trailblazing athletes that that ESPN put up, and yeah, I mean, when y'all see this graphic, man, y'all gonna be like, man, there's no way that they actually put that on live TV, man. they put what Caitlin Clark did this year on the same list with Serena Williams' entire career, Simone Biles' entire career, and Katie Ledecky's entire career. I mean, that's 9 gold medals for Katie Ledecky, Olympic medals for Simone Biles, and 23 Grand Slam titles for Serena Williams. And then they had the nerve to add Caitlin Clark on this list with 769 points and 337 assists. They really forcing it, y'all.
Yeah, they really tried that hard to put her in that light. And it's a turn. Like I said, it was such a turnoff because they put so much hype behind her, and then when I watched her in certain games, I watched her in that game against Diana Taurasi, even though she won. It's like she doesn't seem like she doesn't seem to be the girl that or the player that
they advertise.
They're advertising to us, yeah, and
false advertisement.
Like false advertising, and it's a letdown. And you're like, wow, I think they got me. You know, they're trying. They pulled a fast one over me because they made me believe that this girl was gonna be like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Larry Bird,
Asia Wilson.
Magic Johnson.
They made it seem like she was about to be Asia Wilson.
Yeah, Asia Wilson, Candace Parker, Diana Taurasi mixed together or something like that. Like she's gonna be something that we've never seen before. Yeah. When you start watching, you're like, wait a minute, that's not. You know, she's good, I guess. Right, but she's like, and I saw that one show that you guys did. I think it was like you guys were talking about when you first you guys mentioned that what's her name? Angel Reese had I guess she was like stopped playing because of injury, and I didn't see everything you guys said about that incident, but I could tell it seemed like it was you and your co-hosts were kind of seemed like you guys were. It seemed like you guys didn't almost like it seemed like you didn't believe. Or something. Just you didn't understand like completely because I heard you say that you even saw her. I think at a practice, like practicing, and all of a sudden,
yeah, it was crazy. But I thought it happened at practice, but it happened in the game. She fell on it, and she still played on it, but she didn't realize how much damage she did to it. But it is what it is, man. But before I get to 3 hours, man, because I got 30 minutes left to get through a couple of more topics, and I do want to take one more phone call. I appreciate you calling, Roller, man. Good to have you back on the show, big dog.
All right, man. No problem, man. I'm here, man. Thank you for taking my call.
All right, no doubt. Yep. All right, I'll take one more call, but I want to show y'all. I want to show y'all Asia Wilson, man. I want to get into Asia. Pause. Well, no, not pause. No. No, that was all. That was all good. But no, not like that though. Let's talk about Asia Wilson. I want to talk about how good this girl.
Game for Seattle.
This girl is amazing, right? I'll put this phone number down. All right, so Asia Wilson, unanimous MVP. She got all the first place votes. She's in the running. I don't know who got Defensive Player of the Year. I think Nafisa Collier might have got it, but it was really a toss-up. It could have been Asia. Asia could have took home Defensive Player of the Year and MVP. But she's amazing, man. And this is what I like about her. And this is what I like about any superstar that has the ability to play without the ball. It don't matter if you're a guard like Kobe and Mike and you play off ball, or you're a small forward like KD and you play off ball, or you're a post player like Asia Wilson and you play in the post, but you can also play on the perimeter off ball because you have perimeter skills. You can shoot it from the three, from the mid range. You can dribble and get all the way to the rim, right? You can pass. You can do all these things, man. This girl is a complete player on both ends of the floor. And that's what basketball is all about. How complete can you become as a player, right? Not being a cookie cutter. I'm going to do this one thing all the time, and I'm only good at these 1-2 things, right? I'm going to show you the difference between a player like Asia, a player like Nafessa, and a player like Caitlin. Let's go through some of this, right? So this is the first play of the game. This is a playoff game. And what I like about the Aces or any team that move the ball is, they're displaying good offense. They're displaying equal opportunity offense. And what I mean by equal opportunity is that all 5 players on the court are dangerous because all 5 players are authorized to make a play for themselves and others. But we have some offenses who run where only one player can make plays for others. Or maybe 2 players. Like when you think about what Dallas got, all those players are there to either set screens for Luka or stand at the 3-point line and spread the floor for Luka. So Luka gets to come down with the ball. He gets a screen, and off that screen, he's either going to go all the way to the hole for his own shot, or depending on what the defense do, he can throw the lob to the screen setter, which is usually Derek Lively. Or if they take away the lob, he can pass the ball to one of the shooters in the corner. And that's the entire offense. Or if all of that don't work, if he can't get none of that popping, if you switch the screen instead of trying to hedge, now I can just do a step back 3 on you. That's the whole offense. And then the other only part of that offense that they do is, okay, is Kyrie's turn. So they throw the ball to Kyrie, and that's when Kyrie goes one-on-one. And he's such a good scorer, he can make that work and get 20 to 25 points just off of when Luka just throw him the ball and everybody get out the way and let him go one-on-one. No screen, no offense, none of that. They don't, no off-ball screens, no pin downs, none of that. It's just throw Kyrie the ball and let him go one-on-one. So it's either Luka's high screen and roll, and he either score or pass, or they give it to Kyrie for one-on-one. That's the same offense that they run with the Indiana Fever. Caitlin Clark is Luka, and Kelsey Mitchell is Kyrie. Kelsey Mitchell, when it's her turn, they just throw her the ball and she go one-on-one. When it's Caitlin, it's high screen and roll. She keeps the ball and she keeps dribbling until she can make a pass for an assist or she can find her own shot. That's their offense, right? But a good offense, multiple people touch the ball, you got multiple passes, and the ball reverse sides. If it starts out on the right side, it has to get to the left side at some point to shift the defense, and you have to dribble and penetrate and attack the gaps. Even if you don't always get to the paint, you have to attack the gaps to make people help or cheat over so you can get some type of offense. So let's look for this offense to see how many passes we get, how many dribbles we get, how many people touch the ball. Let's see if the ball reverse sides of the court, and let's see if it gets below the free throw line, because that's the penetration I want, right? So there's one play. Let's start it here. Here's Jackie Young with the ball. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 dribbles, 1 pass, right? 2 people touch the ball. Jackie Young, now Asia Wilson. The ball is on the right side of the floor, right? There's the second pass. The third person touched the ball. Still only 4 dribbles. That's the third pass, and the fourth person touched the ball. 1 more dribble. Now that's another pass, and another person touched the ball. And here's an off-ball screen, and there's another pass, and another person touched the ball. They got a decent shot, but it didn't go. But that's good offense. The ball reverse sides. I think all 5 women touched the ball. There was 5 passes. There was only 5 dribbles, right? That's good offense, right? Let's see what Seattle does. That's one person with the ball, brings it up, gives it up, right? One that's the second pass, the third person touched the ball. The ball were already reversed side. There's another pass, another pass.
Has really put some extra time in with
But the
his
defense is good. The defense never went past below the free throw line. I mean, the ball never went below the free throw line because the defense is that good. This is championship defense. Shot clock violation. That's championship defense. They never attacked the gaps with dribble penetration. They never threw the ball in any type of post and never got below the free throw line. All right, so they're going to run this same play that they ran first where Asia Wilson got that shot coming off that cross screen. They're going to run the same exact play, right? This is the same exact play. But this time, when Kelsey Plum goes to set the screen, that's the screen that she set to get Asia Wilson that shot. The person that was guarding Kelsey Plum stayed in the paint to try to avoid or try to stop Asia Wilson from coming off that cross screen. So Kelsey Plum was able to cheat all the way to the top of the key and get an opportunity. That's offense. That's called equal opportunity. Multiple people could have made that play, right? It's not just one person making a play for everyone. All right, so let's get into some of this bad work for Asia Wilson. Let's look and see how good Asia Wilson. I just wanted you to see what offense she was in. Look at her off the ball. Look at her playing defense. Now look how many dribbles the Seattle Storm took to get a shot.
That's a good bounce back.
They're passing the ball, and multiple people are touching it. The ball is moving. The defense is moving. That's good offense. All right, so let's get into some of Asia Wilson's bad work. That's Kelsey attacking the gaps. Nothing was there, so she gave the ball up, right? She didn't dribble back and keep the ball. As a point guard, they're moving this ball. If I try to get to the paint and I try to get to the hole and nothing is there, there's no need for me to pull back out and keep the ball, right? Let's see if anybody else can make a play. They gave the ball up. Here's Asia Wilson, a dribble handoff situation.
For Australia in the Olympics,
screen, and it's a pick and pop situation. Somebody made a play for her. That's how good Asia is. She's the biggest girl on the court, but the jump shot is sweet. Let's look and see what she does here. Set a screen, right? I think we saw this play early. This one, Kelsey Plum got smacked in the eye. Right? Oh, that's a great play. All right. So this is her getting smacked in the eye. But look at Asia Wilson. Look at Asia Wilson on this play. This is a big 6'5", 6 foot. Yeah, this 6'5" center. Look at her. Got it at the 3-point line, one dribble all the way to the hole. One dribble. Your best player is taking one dribble from the 3-point line and getting a layup. One dribble. And somebody made that play for her.
Not a whole lot of dribbling, not a whole lot of ISO. The ball is moving, bodies are moving, and good things are happening.
Hear what Monica Manette said? Not a whole lot of dribble and a whole lot of ISO. Bodies are moving and the ball is moving. Look at Asia Wilson again. What she gonna do now? Get the ball at the top of the key. 2 dribbles and an and one. She ain't even post up yet. She's a post player. She hasn't even post up yet. She's really a guard. She's really a guard.
Asia Wilson going to her strong side.
Yeah, 1, 2 dribbles.
Sort of looks like she might have
one
put
off
the
the
hand
glass.
off and then just turns that corner.
And one off the glass. And then her free throw is efficient.
So well, the feint is open.
And she's a great free throw shooter.
Oh, they did get a Dominque. Okay.
Yes.
I thought that would have been nice.
So
Asia is.
look at Asia again. Where's she at? A 3-pointer. Lord have mercy. What don't she got in her bag? This is all like within the first 8 minutes of the first quarter, by the way. I didn't even do the whole game. So that's Asia. But let's look at Nafessa Collier though. All right, look at this. Beginning of the game. Look at this. Nafessa Collier, same thing. She's a power forward. She's off the ball. She's in the corner down here on the bottom. That's her right there being guarded by look like Khalil Copper. Right now, look at this. The ball is in someone's hand up top, one of their big men. She's gonna attempt a dribble handoff, but Collier is so good without the ball. When you can play without the ball, that's an advanced level of basketball player, right? Because the first thing we learn, especially as a perimeter player, is how to get buckets with the ball in our hand. Like if you give me the ball, I can cross you over, I can get my own shot, I can drive to the hole and get a layup. But when you master that, when you master everything with the ball, the next step up is mastering everything without the ball on the perimeter, and then mastering everything without the ball in the post, whether it's mid, low, high post, whatever the case may be. Then master everything without the ball moving, like coming off screens and catching and shooting, coming off curls and screen down, pin downs and all that stuff. All of those things, right? Move without the ball, cutting. Like that's the next step up. So let's look at we already seen the off the ball game for Asia, right? We already know what she do in the post, but I showed you clips of what she did without the ball, coming off the ball, catching shoots, not taking no more than two or three dribbles, right? So look at Collier. Dribble handoff, up, back door. All right, that's our first point. This girl scores so easy. I mean, it's not even funny, man. I don't know what type of foul that was. Just keep watching Nafessa Collier, man. Yeah, I mean, y'all, this girl, look at her. Look at the cut. Oh my good. That's like a wide receiver. That she ran a route. She just Jerry Rice somebody. All right. Here she go again. Dribble handoff. Now she in the post, screen and roll. It was a screen. She didn't even slip the screen. She really screened and just rolled just to perfection. That's how you teach it. That's how you teach screen and roll. She turned the right way, everything. All right, look at her, right? She set a screen off ball, set another screen, roll, didn't get it, put somebody on her back like a power forward. Let's see what type of shot she get with somebody on her back right here. No dribble, a nice little fadeaway. It didn't go, it rimmed out though. But that lets you know what she got in her in her toolbox. Look at her. Dribble handoff, up, pass, 3-point shooter, right? This is her handling the ball and just making plays. She can work on the perimeter, she can work in the post, mid post, low post, high post. This girl got everything in her game. Look at her. Look at her. Look how fast she ran the floor and she just ran. Right? We're gonna see that again. I want you to see her off this rebound. Let's watch how she ran the floor. Where's she at? No, not on this one. This is the playmaking right here. That's her playmaking. This play, this is the one I want y'all to see. Watch how she runs. She was the last person up the floor. Look at it. Last person up. And look how she run straight. She run straight down there, mouse in the house. Oh my God. Sealed her. You know how many people don't know how to seal somebody and then turn like that as the pass is coming in, as the entry pass is coming in? Look at it again right here. Set the screen. What I'm going to do now, I got it. I'm going left to the dribble. Left hand finish. These is one or two dribbles. This is real. This is good basketball. This is crazy good basketball. What's she at now? Up here at the top, at the arc. What she gonna do? Ran straight to space. Fade away. That's the fadeaway she missed earlier. Just want to let you know she really got that in her bag. Catch and shoot style. Look at this rebound. What she gonna do? Rebound, pass. Look how she run the floor. Watch her run the floor. Catch it right there. Free throw line jump shot just off a catch and shoot. She ain't even got to dribble the ball. And when she do dribble the ball, she's going to the hole. She's not wasting a lot of time. She don't need no screen or nothing. Look at that. I wanted you to see her that post work, that footwork, how she just turned and pivot on that girl. But she got fouled. I thought that was dope. Let's see this right here. I think we already seen this earlier. All right, here's Nafessa again. Going to the hole. Oh, the footwork. She missed it though. That was nice. She a perimeter player too. She can run point if she wanted to. I'm pretty sure she A+ at any position you put her in. Look at this. Catch and shoot from the 3. She got that in her game. She got that in her game. Look at her. Oh, look at that. I like that shot. This girl is cold. I'm telling you, this girl is cold, man. I'm telling you. This girl is cold. All right, so now I told you about working off the ball. I told you about multiple people getting the ball and moving it. I told you about multiple passes, the ball reversing sides of the court. You know what I mean? Talked about all of that, right? Let's see if it is a little different with the Fever. All right, so I like this part of Caitlin Clark right here. This is the beginning of the game. That's her first shot. I mean, y'all didn't step up. Y'all let the shooter bring the ball across half court with no contest. Y'all already too late. Bam. You deserve that. That's bad defense. Good shot by Caitlin Clark. Right? But this is where it goes a little wrong on the film study. So look what Caitlin Clark is at. This is playoff basketball. Right? I'm okay with Caitlin. All right, so let's first talk about why she's in the corner. Right? Because her position is what? Point guard. Right? I expect my point guard to guard the opposing team's point guard. But the reason why Caitlin Clark and Luka Doncic do not guard the other team's point guard is because they're not good defenders on the ball. So both of them occupy that same spot on defense. Luka always guard the person that's standing in the corner. In today's basketball offense, they always have a person in the corner so they can have the paint open. Right? That's in the 90s basketball, they used to have a center on the block almost at all times. That center did not leave the block unless he was coming up to set a screen. Sometimes even the power forward was on the other block. So you had people on the blocks, but now they just extend everybody to the corner and have people wide, all over the 3-point line to keep the paint wide open. So there's always someone on the corner, and that's the person that's going to be moving the least. And it's, the person who's not going to be that involved in the offense. So we'll put our worst defender on that person. So that's who Luka guards. That's who Caitlin guards. But they get rewarded for that because look, who's the closest person to the rebound if someone shoot a 3 right now? Caitlin. And the person in the corner never crashes the board. They always get back on defense. So Caitlin gets uncontested rebounds all game long. So keep that in mind. So she's on the corner. Right now, this is what I don't like, and it's fine because she don't want to get beat back door, but she's giving her a lot of cushion, but the ball is on her side. So it's more understandable if the ball was on the other side and Caitlin was on the back side. I understand you cheating a little bit and giving your players some cushion because the ball is not going to get all the way on the other side of the court with a skip pass faster than you can get back over there to defend it. Right. So I'm fine with if the ball was on the other side of her giving her cushion. But now the way she's giving her cushion, I'm like, I don't know. I think you can press on her a little bit better and still not get beat back door. So I don't like the cushion that she gives her player when she's defending. But that's another topic that's going to come up later. All right, so the ball is over there. Right, there's a shot. Remember I told you about the rebounds? The rebounds are always easy. Because everyone on the team, their job when the shot goes up, they box their man out, but they want Caitlin to get the rebound because they feel like if everyone takes off running, if Caitlin gets the rebound, she will make the skip pass ahead that can lead to an easy bucket. And you'll see right here, she does just that. She gets up. Oh no, she didn't do it this time. But now she keeps the ball. They're in that offense. She keeps the ball. Here comes the screen. I need a screen because I can't beat nobody one-on-one, and that's how we start our offense. There's the screen, and she gives it up. That's how they get their shot right. That's their offense. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Get the ball back. Give it right back to her. Let's try to do it again. Give me a screen. Make the pass. Right, that's their offense. Caitlin keeps the ball. She starts with a screen, and off that screen, she's either going to get a pass or she's either going to get her own step back 3 shot, right? There she is again, running down another rebound. Everybody else got away from her, but that's the goal. That's the goal, though. They want her to run so she can make those type of passes. So they want her to get those rebounds. They're almost just, no, it's almost like no one's allowed to get them. But here she is over dribbling again. Nobody else is going to touch the ball in this possession, and she's just dribbling the air out of the ball until she can find an assist. So basically what she's doing is assist hunting. First of all, she's hunting rebounds because everybody's getting out of her way so she can get them like Westbrook. And then she comes down and hunt assists. Now here she is with the ball now. What's she going to do? There's the screen. Defense is on her. Throw a shot, a prayer up. Now that was a foul. So she got a right to be mad about that. That was a foul. There she go pushing Bonner. No one's ever going to talk about that. This was a foul. Right? Bonner should know better than that. That was a foul. I don't know why the ref didn't call that. So she got a right to be pissed off. That was a foul. All right. Let's see some more of this offense. All right. Oh, okay. Let's see some defense. All right. Let's see some defense. Now, Kelsey Mitchell is guarding the point guard. Mabry is not even a person that's going to beat someone off the dribble like that. I don't understand why Mitchell has to be the one guarding Mabry and not Caitlin. But nonetheless, Caitlin is in the corner. Look at her. Lazy defense. That's a lot of cushion she giving Dejanay. And she's not even really looking at it. Now, look, this is what I don't understand. Dejanay, the ball is coming to her, right? So what I would want to do in this situation is I would be hugging up on Dejanay and putting my hands all around her, making sure she don't beat me back door, but make sure I can be attached to her if she try to use this screen. Caitlin, the screen was coming. Caitlin jumped behind the screen on purpose and helped the screener screen her. I don't understand what her goal is here. So she jumped in front of the screener and helped the screener and then ran around it. And then lazy, how you run around it and then still get beat baseline. Luckily, she smoked the layup. And then look at her arms wide open, like, where's the freaking help? Like every time something goes wrong, she blaming her teammates, throwing her arms up. Like, where's the help? Where's the help? Look at her arms up. Like, where was y'all at? Well, she was the one who messed that up. Right? And then now it's time to run. Get the ball back because it didn't work. That's all she does. Dribble until you can get an assist. And if it don't work, give me the ball back and I'll try again, right? Just dribble until I can get an assist. She's looking for an assist. Everybody else is just running around trying to get open for her, right? Now, I want you to see how Kelsey Mitchell is doing the screen on the other side. So when Lexi Hull and Mitchell is involved in the screen, look at Mitchell. She's going to stop the baseline penetration. Right. So now you can't go baseline on Mitchell. Right. Let's see what happens over here. Now Caitlin is forced to guard the ball now. She messed around and got on Mabry. Now, I guess she's trying to send her baseline to the help. Okay, I get it. So she sends her baseline, she gets on her hip, and she gets off a good shot, but she didn't make it. There's another cheap rebound, and she's running. Great pass leads to a 3, right? So yeah, her getting the rebound and running is that's how they want to play defense. We want her to run. Look at her pushing Bonner. But they want us to believe that she's getting bullied. Look at her. pushed her. All right, so let's see how they guard over here. Look, where's Caitlin at? She's down on the bottom again in the corner. Right. All right, now she got to guard the ball. What she's going to do? She just it's a good thing she missed that shot. Like, she just gave her that three. She just gave her that three. Why watch it? Like, everything's lazy on defense. Okay, just take the what in the what kind of defense is that? Now, but she got a lot of energy when it's time to run. All right, give me the ball back. It didn't work. All right, give it back to me. Now, Lexi trying to make a play, didn't do too well. All right, rebound and let's go. They don't have any offense outside of Caitlin just running around like Steve Nash. That's their offense. So if someone else gets the ball, they don't know what to do. Right? Look at her running again. Let's go. Run. She loves to run when she get that rebound. It leads to a three. Nice. Like I said, that's all Mitchell do. Just shoot. As soon as she get the ball, it's showtime. Shoot the ball. Shoot the ball. All right, let's see what happens on defense. Let's see what happens on defense. All right. Now look at Caitlin now on the corner at the top now. A lot of cushion over there. All right. So now look. That's another screen that she just helped the screen to screen herself. Look at it. She's just standing there. I guess she's trying to take away baseline, but she's letting her go over that screen. She's going to go under it. And I don't know how you go under a screen and still get beat to the rim for a layup. How's that possible? How's that possible? But as long as she can run and get those assists, that's all she care about. She's like James Harden. If you score, I can score. I don't care about nothing else. Now look at this. Look what she does when she don't have the ball. Mitchell kind of stuck right there. Look at Caitlin. She just inbounded the ball. Look at her. Just standing there. Not go help. I'm not go cut. I'm not go set no screen. Right? None of that. She was just standing there. Right? All right, let's see what she does here. There's another screen that she's going to be very horrible at. I guess she's trying to go under the screen, but you go under it and you still get beat to the rim again. How are you going under screens and getting beat? Luckily, she missed the layup, but it led to an offensive rebound and a point. How are you getting beat and you're going under screens? That's lazy. All right, here's the offense. And she gets ripped. Do y'all see anybody else really touching the ball other than Caitlin? I mean, when they touch it, they got to shoot it so she can get the assist. But other than that, Caitlin's the only one who has the ball. That's totally different from Asia Wilson's offense and totally different from Nafessa College Cookies. Totally different from the Nafisa College offense. Like, they're in an offense where everyone has equal opportunity to pass, make a play, dribble, penetrate, shoot. Like, everyone has opportunity in that offense. In this offense, Caitlin does everything, and everyone else is just setting screens and waiting to catch and shoot. Well, I got to ease up. They said she to go. I can't ease up. If they said she was just a rookie, I wouldn't pick this apart. But the fact that they told us that she was the GOAT and she saved the league and all this stuff that Stephen A. and Shannon Sharp are saying, yeah, this is what you get. Oh no, it's more. It's more. Y'all gonna love this. It's a lot more. It's only the beginning. All right, what we got here? Where's Caitlin? Now look, she can't even see her man in the corner. If Dejanay wanted to cut to the basket back door, it's very easy. She can't even see her in the corner. She's not even looking at her. Look at all that cushion. Now, how are you giving your man all that cushion and you still didn't stop that entry pass? Right? Look at it. You giving your man all this cushion, you cheating in the paint, and you see Alyssa Thomas cutting right there. You see how Alyssa Thomas just slipped that screen? The rotation is supposed to already be there. Like your feet supposed to be in the paint trying to take a charge because you can't block that shot. So you gotta rotate all the way over. She's gonna let the pass get in. If first of all, if you giving Carrington that much cushion in the corner, then you must not think she's a good shooter. So rotate all the way over. You're not afraid of her jump shot. We already seen you giving her wide open threes. Rotate all the way over. A fake effort on rotation gave up a layup, but she's ready to run. She's ready to run. That's all she's ready for. She can run fast when she got the ball, but moving on defense is she just can't move her puppies, right? Can't move her puppies on defense, but when she gets the ball, it's time to go. And it turns into this, right? Now, but let's run though. Let's run. Can I get another assist? Can I record an assist? All right, give it up. Give it up. That's the first time I seen it really just give it up. And then it gets the old girl and she makes her plays. Turnover. They didn't even call it. And she traveled. Look at it. Just sloppy. Look at her. Look at it. That's the offense. And then she just jacks up a three. That's their offense, and they think this go win. They think this go win. Caitlin in the corner again because she can't guard the ball. They got Lexi Hall guarding the ball, right? Got Lexi Hall guarding the ball. What's this right here? Caitlin again. Look at her. Look how far off she is on Burton. Don't ever really guard the ball. Just back all the way off. She's so scared of the guard the ball that she gonna get blown by. I mean, it don't matter who she guarding. She just backed all the way off, gave him the Rondo space, and then you gave her all that space, and you still get beat. And all of a sudden you run into another screen. Look at this. How's that even happening? Lord have mercy. Maybe just just popping the three. But let's run though. Let me get somebody come help me get a screen. Help me, please. Throw a shot up. That might as well have been a turnover. She just throwing stuff up, man. Just driving the hole, throwing stuff up, man. I'm gonna skip to the fourth quarter in a minute. Oh, this is where she got the dude in the audience kicked out. And if you read her lips, I think she told the referee that the dude called her the B word. But someone else reported that he called her the C word. Yeah, get him out of here. LeBron started this. Yeah, get him out of here. Somebody called me the B word, but earlier somebody was telling me, Ed Wild was telling me, oh man, they should be okay. It's just social media. Let them threaten them on social media. But you gotta keep this dude out because he called you. I remember Reggie Miller was getting heckled by at the Knicks at the Garden by Spike Lee. And then he went off in the daggone playoffs and gave Spike Lee that choke sign. Yeah, so this man he got to go in the back and get questioned. Yeah, he looked like the type of person that calls somebody the B word. Yeah, he called me the B word, Kelsey. What you expect me to do? All right, here go the offense, baby. Let's see what kind of offense this is. Caitlin keep the ball until it's time for her to get. Oh, in the post. Boston. There we go, Boston. That's the other part of the offense they do. They throw it in the post to Boston, let her go one-on-one. All right, let's see what Caitlin do on defense. Now she's right there in the paint guarding Dejanay, not even putting no hands on her. I don't want to touch nobody. She's sweaty. She's sweaty. I don't want to touch. Bonner. Now this is the fourth quarter. This is going to decide the game right here. The game was tied up at, I think the game tied up at 73 right here. Let's see what happens down the stretch, right? Let's see what offense we running. If we can't run fast break, this half court offense, okay, screen. What am I going? Okay, they switched the screen, so now I got to throw it. Okay, we got to open. Okay, good. Good stuff, right? Good stuff. All right, y'all might be able to win this. Let's see what Caitlin do on defense again. Look at her now. Look at her. Guarding Dejanay in the corner. All right. Bonner, catch and shoot three. All right. Now what you gonna do, Caitlin? What you gonna do, Caitlin? Come down. Someone help me. Give me a screen. I can't beat her. If I dribble closer, she go steal it. Please give me a screen. Go, travel, throw it. Now I'm stuck. Now what I'm gonna go do? Now I ain't got okay, give it to me. Give me it back. Oh, Marina Ray. Oh, now it's only 6 seconds left on the shot clock now. Look up there. It's 5 seconds. All right. She done spent 8 seconds dribbling the ball up court. Then you try to get a screen, try to get there, couldn't get a shot off that screen, had to pass it, run, get the ball back. Now it's only 5 seconds left. This is where you're supposed to have a bag, LeBron. This is why it's important. This is why one-on-one is real basketball. In this situation, do you think Kobe is not getting to a good spot and getting a shot? Right? No double team coming. It's just Mabry by herself. And Mabry ain't the type of person that look like she got locked down defense, but let's see what Caitlin can do one-on-one with 5 seconds left. Cookies. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. This is crunch time execution. And it's all you can get. This is why this is bad offense. This is why giving one player the ball and saying we're just going to run high screen and roll and we're going to give you all the assists and you can take step back threes, because nobody really want to take no step back threes when the game is close and it's crunch time. You want to get a good shot. You want to get in the paint. You want to lay up. But Caitlin can't get in the paint. And she ain't got no mid-range. So it's got to be a three-pointer. That's her shot. If you don't do what you look at this. Lord have mercy. They ain't got no offense outside of high screen and roll. Lord have mercy. All right. It's still only a 3-point game. Let's see what happens. No, it's actually a 2-point game. It's still only a 2-point game. Y'all can get the ball back. No, I'm lying. It's a 1-point game at this moment. You can get the ball back. What's going to happen right here? Lord have mercy. This is going to be the ball game right here. Where's Caitlin? Okay, I'm in the paint. Dejanay is the person I'm supposed to be guarding, but she's sweating. I don't want to touch her. Hands off the merchandise. Okay. All right. I'm going to switch on Bonner. Right. I'm not going to touch her. All right. Now Bonner's on me. All right. Boom. I don't even know how that screen got me out. Like I'm jumping in front of the screens for the screener. She got bailed out. Bonner threw something up, didn't go in. All right. Now we still down 1. What we going to do? Throw the ball ahead. Kelsey, 3, missed it. She turns the ball over. She pissing down her leg. Lord have mercy. Now what's about to happen? Now look at Caitlin Clark. Remember that lazy defense I was saying she was playing? I said, this is playoff basketball. You're not supposed to just be sagging off people. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. You just can't sag off people. Look how lazy her defense is right now. And she's guarding the shooter. Mabry is the shooter, not a shooter. She's the shooter for the team. Mabry is the shooter. You ever been in the gym and somebody come in and when they pass it to them, they be like, shooter. Yeah, I'm the shooter. I'm the one that you're supposed to have a hand in my face. I'm the one that you're supposed to face guard. Right now, she's supposed to be face guarding Mabry, not trying to get beat back door, but face guarding her where she can't get the ball, deny her the ball and everything. Look how lazy she is right now, just standing there in a playoff closeout game, elimination game, clutch time, under 2 minutes. We down by 1. This could be the ball game. Look how lazy she is. She's nowhere near Mabry. Now watch what happens. They're not even going to set a screen on her, right? I'm going to play this slow. Look at it at the top. They're not going to set a screen. They're just going to run interference. Did you see what Mabry did? She just kind of slid to the top, right? We're going to watch this again. Look at Mabry. All right. Now look at Mabry up there at the top of the key. Not the top of the key, but at the arc at the top of the screen. Clark is Gardner. Now watch when everything's selling. Mabry's just going to kind of move. Look, she's just walking. She's just walking. And Caitlin's not moving. Now the shooter moves all the way up top. Now Caitlin's supposed to be guarding the shooter. Look at Mabry. I'm open. She's already getting in her shooting pocket. She's already ready to receive the ball. And the Caitlin has the most assists in the league. The person with the number 2 assist in the league has the ball, Alyssa Thomas. You know she's going to find Mabry and give her that ball right where she needed it. Look at where Caitlin is at. She didn't even get screened and she got lost. And of course, look what happened. Here's the shooter. Remember what I told y'all about them arms? She go throw them arms up like, it's not my fault, it's my team's fault. Watch when she throw them arms up. Maybe knocks this 3 down. Wow. Look at Caitlin. Look at her arms. She looking at her bench and looking at Chrissy Sides, the coach. Look at these females you got on the court with me. Why they not picking up my missed assignments? 3 ball, game over. Game is over. Look at Marina Mabry. Game is over. Looking like the best shooter on the court. Game is over. Game is over. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. You see the difference between a superstar who is so good and has mastered the game so much that they could get 40. Nafessa Carrier had 42 in that game I just showed you. She had 42 points. And she wasn't dominating the ball. She rarely took dribbles. Whenever she had the ball, you didn't see her take more than 3 dribbles. That's master offense. That's what Mike did. Mike took 3 dribbles or less to get to his shot, mid-range, bang. All the way to the rim every now and then. In the post, fade away. That's when you master the game. That's how Elijah Wine and Michael mastered it. They mastered the game. It's a difference. It's a difference. Right? Let me get to some of these comments. I mean, because how you go deny that? Cash said it wasn't her assignment. What? That's the worst thing that you can ever say. It's a playoff game. Everybody on the floor is your assignment. You can't come out and be like, oh, I'm guarding her and only her, and then just stick with her and just let everything else just go and be like, oh, that ain't my assignment. You got to be kidding me. Everything's your assignment. I wouldn't play a person that said it wasn't my man. That wasn't my man. I wouldn't play a person like that if I was a coach. Ain't no way. I wouldn't play a person like that. Oh, it was a switch. Like, you got an excuse for every assignment she missed. Tell me this, Cash. Is she a good defender? Is she a good defender? She don't even touch people back when they sweating. he said all I learned is Mel don't know ball and uses excuses to make his points. Thanks for this. Hey, you know what? I take it. I don't know ball. I take that. If you guys compare prime Hall of Fame players to Ricky Caitlin, that's what her fans did. Her fans said she was the best thing that the league has ever seen. She said she was better than everybody and deserved to be on the Olympic team over Hall of Fame players. When you tell me she should be on the team over Hall of Fame players, you cannot use an excuse that she's a rookie when she's looking this bad like this. Just say she looked bad, bro. Because if you just can't say that, then you look bad. If you just can't admit that what I just showed you was not good. It wasn't good offense. It wasn't good defense. It wasn't playoff defense. It wasn't veteran offense. It wasn't. Be honest, man. Call a spade a spade. Steph Curry was nothing his first 3-4 years to Ricky Caitlin. You can say that, but Steph Curry had really bad ankle injuries and was going in and out of surgery. He could hoop, though. He was still nice. Kyrie Irving, on the other hand, came in killing it. He made All-Star his second season. He came in the league, number 1 pick, averaging 19. And then he averaged like 20 the next year and made All-Star. He was an All-Star his second season. It took Steph like 6 years to get make an All-Star. So yeah. Hey, J. Will and Cash, I want to open the phone lines up so y'all can call, because y'all saying a lot of things in the comments. But we can definitely have a conversation. I mean, it's hard for me to read all the comments and you know, just say you said you just don't like her. We get it. So if I'm honest about what I see on the basketball court, that means I don't like her. Do you think if she did very well on defense that I would say she did horrible? Like if she did very well on defense, I would be showing you what she did well at on defense. She didn't do well on defense, bro. Just because I'm pointing it out don't mean I don't like her. She didn't do well on defense. I'm not lying. I'm not lying. It's the truth. The phone lines are open. Cash, call in. Bill first. Jay Will, call in. Call in, brother. It's easy to have a conversation. I'd like to know what's up. She's not Asia Wilson, but she's a rookie, and you're comparing her to players who are 5 years in. No, y'all compare her to those players. Y'all said she's supposed to be on the Olympic team. Which one is it? It's got to be one or the other. Which one is it? Is she not ready for the Olympic team, or was she supposed to be on the Olympic team and she got snubbed? Which one is it? You can't use those excuses. Her friend said that, and that's who he's talking to. Facts. Just like y'all use her game to say that she's that good, he's using it to show you that she's not. She's not. She's very good. She's not as good as what y'all saying she is. She's not the NBA savior. She's not on Michael Jordan's level. She's not on Steph's level. She's not on Serena Williams' level. Simone Biles, Tiger Woods, Wayne Gretzky, Tom Brady. She's not on that level. She's on a Jeremy Lin level right now, with potential to be on Steve Nash level. Y'all hype on her up like Jordan. She has flaws. I don't think anybody would dispute that, but you can clearly see her impact on the team as a rookie. Anybody would have impact if they had the ball in their hand their entire game. Did you just see the footage I was showing you? She carries the ball until it's time for her to pass for an assist. She don't pass it so the offense can operate. She passes it for an assist. I'm going to keep the ball and I'm going to dribble and use screens until someone gets open so I can pass it for an assist. If no one gets open, I'm going to keep dribbling. And then I'm going to step back for a three. And she wonders why she got 7 turnovers every game. That is horrible offense. Anybody who runs it is the same thing. No defense, a lot of points, rebounds, and assists. James Harden ran it in Houston. Luka runs it in Dallas. Westbrook ran it in OKC. LeBron ran it in Cleveland. And to a certain extent, Steve Nash ran it in Phoenix. All them dudes got one thing in common. They didn't play no defense while they was running this offense. And just because they had double-digit points, close to double-digit assists, and close to double-digit rebounds, we just short-circuited and lost our mind and said this is the best player that we've ever seen for points, rebounds, and assists. Points, rebounds, and assists. So who go call in and have this conversation? She got to do it on D. She has to do it on D. She has to play some defense if this team's supposed to win. And she's got to get out of that horrible offense. Same thing with Luka. Luka got to play some DB. He got Luka and Caitlin is doing the same exact thing, and Kyrie Irving and Kelsey Mitchell is doing the same exact thing. It's the same exact thing. And notice the same conversation is going, oh man, Luka gets points, rebounds, and assists. He's great, but he don't play no D. And he got a lot of turnovers. And he jack up threes. And he holds the ball too much, and his usage ratio is high. It's the same thing that Caitlin is doing. How y'all not see that, man? It's like basic basketball. How y'all not see that? All right, so no brave souls on the phone call. I get it. Last thing I want to talk about, man, is Teresa Witherspoon getting fired. Nobody seen that coming. Unfortunate. Here's Angel Reese tweeting about it. I'm heartbroken. I'm literally lost for words, knowing what this woman meant to me in such a pivotal point in my life. She was the only person that believed in me, the one that trusted me. Many don't even know what it's like to be a black woman in sports when nobody believes in you. You had a tough job, all the crazy circumstances that we went through this year, and when your back was against the wall, you always believe. I came to Chicago because of you. That means that Teresa Witherspoon trusted that she was going to help the team, so she drafted her. You are my unsung hero in life. We built a relationship in a short amount of time that will last forever. I never questioned God, why he brings people in my life and takes them away from me in the capacity that I need them. But I've always believed everyone is in your life for a reason and a season. You are the best reason and season. You didn't deserve this, but I can't thank you enough. I love you, Teaspoon. Yeah, that was crazy, man. If you remember, I think after the last game, they did a press conference and they asked her, Angel Reese, what Teresa Witherspoon meant to her, and she just burst into tears and said some things that was real touching. So to see this news come out, man, first year coach, you had a team that was a playoff team in 2022, and then you got rid of the entire team. The only person that was on that team from 2022 was Mabry, who we just seen busting the fever tail. But you traded her mid-season because she wanted to be on the contender, and there was another player I can't remember. But the top 5 scorers from that 2022 season was all gone. So they go through 2023, a rough year, and they get 2 first-round draft picks. So you get a clean slate, new a blank canvas, and you hire a new coach. You got 2 first-round picks. We trust you. Do your thing. She drafted 2 bigs, Camila Cardoso and Angel Reese, and she wanted to have her version of the Twin Towers. Yeah, sometimes it looked bad, and sometimes it looked good. She was trying it. She was going to try to figure it out. And I think 1 year, just getting 1 year to try to figure it out was crazy and not fair, but it happened. And especially the fact that you lose Camila Cardoso early in the season, so you don't have her. But you still having a decent start of the season with Mabry, Reese, and Kennedy Carter. And then at the beginning part of the season, Marina Mabry didn't like the offense and she requested a trade. So you lose Marina Mabry. And then that's when the team started to go down because that was a big piece. You see how good she is. That was a big piece to lose. And then Cardoso finally comes back, and now you're trying to figure her out and fit her in. And then after the All-Star break and after the Olympic break, you lose Kennedy Carter to some injuries and then COVID. And then after Kennedy Carter come back, you have her for 1 game. Y'all win it. And then Angel Reese go down for the rest of the season. So now it's just Carter and Cardoso. That's tough on top of all the stuff you had to deal with that was coming from the outside noise for a first-year coach, a rookie coach, who's a legend in the game. Got gold medals, got championships. She deserved a little bit more respect than that. 1 year? It wasn't even 1 year. It was 11 months. Next month would have been 1 year. She didn't even make it 1 year. She got hired in October. They gave her 1 year. I think that's crazy. So now what direction are they going in? Who are they going to hire? Do they even want to keep the Twin Towers? Do they want to get rid of Cardozo? Do they want to get rid of Angel Reese? Like it's a lot up in the air, but I think that was crazy that they fired this lady. And I would like to know why. Like, why fire? You didn't like the direction she was going? You hired her. The interview went well. Like, are you telling me that this season was so bad that she had to go? I don't think it was that bad. I don't think it was that bad for sure, but that was their decision. You know, we got to live with it. We'll see how it turned out next season. We'll see who the new hire is. We'll see how they shape this roster up, and then hopefully they can get the Sky on the road to some winning seasons, man. So, that's it for the show, man. I appreciate everybody tuning in. It's late. I didn't even expect nobody to even catch this tonight, man. But it's super late, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Appreciate the phone calls, all the comments, even the people that were scared to call in. I don't know why y'all scared to call in, man. Like, it ain't go. It's just gonna be a conversation, man. Just cause y'all wrong, don't. I think we still talking about CC, man. I'm over here talking about the Sky and Teaspoon. I think CC had a tremendous rookie of the year run. Angel is no CC. I mean, come on. What does Teresa Witherspoon? You must be talking to somebody else. And let's fix one thing right now, real quick. Right? When two people are playing in the league and they both are getting consideration for an award, whether it's most improved player, defensive player of the year, MVP, rookie of the year, just because they're both getting considerations doesn't mean that whichever player is the best player is the only one that should be getting consideration. Like, I feel like y'all get offended that Angel Reese was getting consideration for rookie of the year because y'all think Angel Reese is not as good as CC. But that's not what awards is about. The best person or the best player is not the one that get the award. It's based on the performance that you just laid out. And quite frankly, when the Fever was 1-8 at the beginning of the season, and Angel Reese was and Caitlin Clark was averaging 9 turnovers a game and looking very bad and couldn't handle the physicality. While that was going on, Angel Reese had the Sky winning ball games while averaging a double-double. So early in the season, Angel Reese was legitimately in the lead for rookie of the year. And then it became kind of close because the Fever won a couple of games and the Sky started to lose a couple of games. And then the All-Star break came and then the Olympic trials came. And then after the Olympics, the Fever went on a huge run, and injuries to Carter and the trade from Mabry, the Sky the bottom fell out. So when the Sky was going this way and the Fever was going this way, that's when I flip-flop. Because I went from early on, Reese was in the lead for me. And then it was neck and neck, and everybody was, for like maybe 3 weeks, everybody was saying co-rookie of the year. And then after the Olympics, it was all Caitlin. Right? So to say that, oh man, Caitlin's way better than her. She's not even in the same realm as Caitlin, so she don't deserve rookie of the year. That's not what awards is about. It's not about who's better. We all agree that Caitlin Clark is better than Reese. We all agree that she's a level above her, maybe 2 levels above her as an offensive player. But Reese is a level above her or 2 levels above her as a defensive player. Right? So, but we all can agree on that, but that don't mean that you can't get beat out for an award. You absolutely can get beat out for an award. It don't go to the person that we think is the best player. It goes who performed the best. And if Caitlin Clark's team would have continued to lose and the Sky would have continued to win, then Angel Reeves probably would have been Rookie of the Year and not Caitlin Clark. Can we agree that this is a business and ultimately entertainment, right? Yeah, it's a business and it's entertainment, but to the players, it's a reality. Like it's like the Truman Show, that movie Jim Carrey was in when his whole life was a TV show, but everyone knew it except him. He thought he was living a regular reality life, but it's cameras everywhere, and even his girlfriend was fake. All his friends was fake. They all was in on it in the TV show. They was actors. That's how sports are. The players are playing their heart out, right? I mean, they playing hurt. They playing, oh man, you know, I love the game. I can't retire. They playing at 50 years old. Like Brett Favre gave his whole body up, just came out and said he got Parkinson's, but he was almost 48 years old. Go sit down. Like, you love the game this much that you just go give your body up. You can tell that they love this game that much. People playing on bum knees and bum ankles, knowing that they ain't gonna be able to play with their grandkids. Need knee replacements, hip replacements. Like people are playing almost to their death. They putting their body on the line. So these players love this game. These players, this is reality to them. So when they out there playing and you see all of the emotion, that's real emotion. But to the owners and to the commissioners and to the sponsors and to the media, this is all a game. This is all entertainment. And in their mind, if I need to get black versus white so we can get more views, that's what I'm going to do, even if it's going to hurt someone emotionally, even if someone's going to get death threats. Like, it's a game to them. We just doing this for clicks. But to them, it's very real. So yes, I agree with you. It is business. It is entertainment, but not to the players. Not to the players. But man, I don't know what CC is better. What Reese do for her team is amazing too. Yeah, I agree. I mean, defense is come on, defense is 50% of the basketball game. Offense is 50%. Right? So they both are valuable. I value scoring more than anything. But a close second is defense. And then after that, everything else is just like a subset of that. Like rebounds are a result of good defense. If I play good defense and I force a missed shot, that's the only way you can get a rebound. If I don't play good defense like Caitlin Clark, then there's going to be no rebound. It's just going to be a bucket. So defense force missed shots, and missed shots turn into rebounds. You can't get a rebound without good defense, right? And assists, you can't get an assist without someone's ability to score. Whoever I pass the ball to has to have the ability to hit that shot. So scores are even more important than assists. Defense is more important than rebounds. Rebounds and assists are down here on the same level. Points and defense are up here. Angel Reese does defense. Caitlin Clark does offense. Angel Reese does rebounding. Caitlin Clark does assists. So they both got a top level attribute that they bring to the table, and they both got a lower level attribute they bring to the table. It's pretty even to me, but like I said, I value scoring more than I value everything. So you get a slight edge to Caitlin because she's a scorer, but you also get the edge to her as well because what she did led to more team wins than what Reese did. You know what I mean? So, Angel Reese was second for Rookie of the Year on my book, and Caitlin Clark was the clear-cut number one, especially after Angel Reese got hurt and her team was losing. So, yeah, Caitlin scores more. But remember, this is the interesting thing. Caitlin scores more. She scores 19. Reese was averaging 14. Yeah, Reese was averaging 14. So it wasn't like she was just defending and scoring 2 points a game. She was giving you 14 points a game. 14 and 12 rebounds, or 14 and 13 rebounds. It was crazy like that. 14 and 13. She just wasn't rebounding and defending. She was scoring. So, yeah, keep that in mind. Yeah, 5 points is a huge difference. I told you I give Caitlin the edge. I don't know what the argument is. I told you Caitlin gets the edge because she's the scorer. I value scoring. But, yeah. All right, man. I appreciate everybody, man. I'll catch y'all on the next stream. We're Full Panel Friday tonight. 7:30 Eastern time, y'all. Full Panel Friday. If you're on the West Coast like me, 4:30 p.m. But 7:30 on the East Coast. Hit the like button, y'all. I catch y'all on Full Panel Friday. Peace.